Shalom, Israel. I.S.U.P.K, Florida, coming to you to invite you to the Florida Cookout. So come down in the middle of December. It's December 21st through the 23rd. There is a 0% chance of snow. Come out for some good food, good brotherhood, southern hospitality. Come kick it with the brothers in Florida. Hope to see y'all there. This is the I.S.U.P.K and the Commanding General YAHANNA. Shalom.
We gon' make the whole hood rock. I'm from Florida where niggas known for being Glock 9 toters, no hosters. We draw that shit from our drawers like we supposed to. Landed as soldiers, but we surrounded by death and vultures. Way too many of my niggas end up on t-shirts and posters. You might be in harm's reach if you step on the nigga. Sneaks in the city of Palm Beach, so you better get 6 feet. No corona.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the I.S.U.P.K, and we are presenting the I.S.U.P.K Florida's Winners War Cookout. It's going to be from December 21st through December the 23rd. 0% chance of snow. It's the warmest place in the country. So come on down and get down with us. Good food, good hospitality, good brotherhood. Listen, come on out and get with us. The generals are going to be in the house, and we're going to light the city on fire, okay? I.S.U.P.K. Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Sharatas Halak, man. I'm here with who?
You here with Nene, Janae Good. Y'all need to come down to Florida Winners Cookout, 21st to the 23rd. Free food, free drinks, brotherhood, sisterhood, free, have fun, enjoy. We in Miami, Florida.
Y'all come down to the Florida Cookout, man. We got the beautiful ladies with us, man. You understand? They say they gonna be there. You heard that. All right? Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. I.S.U.P.K Florida, coming to you to invite you to the Florida Cookout. So come down in the middle of December. It's December 21st through the 23rd. There is a 0% chance of snow. Come out for some good food, good brotherhood, southern hospitality. Come kick it with the brothers in Florida. Hope to see y'all there. This is the I.S.U.P.K and the Commanding General YAHANNA. Shalom.
We gon' make the whole hood rock. I'm from Florida where niggas known for being Glock 9 toters, no hosters. We draw that shit from our drawers like we supposed to. Landed as soldiers, but we surrounded by death and vultures. Way too many of my niggas end up on t-shirts and posters. You might be in harm's reach if you step on the nigga. Sneaks in the city of Palm Beach, so you better get 6 feet. No corona.
Hey, Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is General Mahayaman from the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA. Today I want to talk to you about someone that you might have never heard of before. His name is Marvin R. Leventhal. Marvin R. Leventhal. He was one of the first people to ever receive a marriage license with an interracial marriage in the state of Mississippi back in 1967. Who was the black woman that Marvin R. Leventhal was married to? Alice Walker. That's correct. Alice Walker is the author of the book, The Color Purple. Later on in the 80s, her book was turned into a movie from Steven Spielberg, directed by Steven Spielberg. That movie was very popular because it promoted something that is very popular in this earth, still to this day. It promotes the lie that either black men are cruel or weak. Every black man in the movie was someone that was just too black, too scary, too cruel, or too weak. As a matter of fact, the only time that the women in the movie could find love at all was in the arms of another woman. That's correct. Spoiler alert. That's where the women in the movie The Color Purple find love, through having sexual encounters with each other. Let me tell you something. Do not let Oprah Winfrey decide who you love. Do not let Marvin R. Leventhal or Steven Spielberg decide who you love. God made us for each other, and we're here to help each other through all of the rough times in life. And although our enemies want to divide us, God wants to unite us. Hear this and topics like this tomorrow night in Palm Beach, Florida. That's right, I'm escaping the cold of New York and going to Palm Beach, Florida tomorrow. I will be teaching a class in Florida under the captains and the officers, the troopers and the sisters down there. Commanding General YAHANNA is sending me there to help you. I'll expound on this and other topics like multiple wives. That's correct. A man is allowed to have more than one woman, and I will absolutely break it down tomorrow. I will also go into the importance of Black and Latino men communicating with each other. Sometimes we can forget to communicate. Sometimes we're not willing to make the sacrifice to communicate with one another. I will teach that topic, other topics, and answer all of your questions tomorrow in Palm Beach, Florida. Don't forget, I will also break down the truth about Christmas. Kwam Yashar Allah.
Cut all that out and let me ask you, what's your sign?
You tell me. Don't you have this gift of like guessing shit? Come on, let's do it.
So I'm feeling like you're a fire sign. You got to be a fire sign because the way that you're just like boom, it's giving me like I'm here, baby.
I don't even know what the fire sign. I just know
So
my
fire
one though.
signs are Leo.
I don't want to give you any indication.
Fire signs are Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Yeah, I think those are the three. So are you in a relationship?
No,
What do you kind of do on your downtime? Are you in the house or are you out the house?
in the house.
You're in the house a lot.
Hey, Shalom, give it up. Let me know if I'm coming through clear on the microphone. Just want to be sure. You understand? But we are here, man. This is the Winter's War Cookout. That's right. We're opening up for the Winter's War Cookout. General Mahayaman will be here shortly. See what I'm saying? Just bear patience. You understand? Oh, them, all right. Say less. God. All right. You know what I'm saying, man? One more time, man. Give it up, man. We here. So, man, as y'all know, man, it's the Winter's War Cookout where we host a cookout every year. And, in each zone, all throughout America and abroad, we had a cookout we had a feast day in the UK. Listen, the Lord is opening up these doors so that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians can come on home and enjoy the brotherhood that's here in the I.S.U.P.K. Enjoy the family that the Most High has established, with Adam, you know what I'm saying? And passed down through Noah and his sons, you know what I'm saying? Passed on through Shem, passed down to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you understand? Right. We kept that family together here in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA. That's right. You understand? And this weekend, we're going to put on a show, a display of that brotherhood with this Winter's War weekend, this Winter's War Cookout. You understand? It's going to be from the 21st to the 23rd. We got a line of events that we're going to, bring out or whatever. You know what I mean? It's going to be a fun weekend. If you're not here, you know what I'm saying? We happy to have you here in spirit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe next year you'll make it. You know what I'm saying? If you're down here, man, I can't wait to see you. All right, we at the school right now. If you in the Palm Beach area, if you in Palm Beach, Florida, we at 1628 Avenue E, Riviera Beach, Florida. You understand? 33407 or select 33404 is the zip code. All right, so without any further ado, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna go ahead and open up these scriptures, man, because that's what we do in the I.S.U.P.K. go into the Bible and show the history. You understand? And everybody knows what time of the year it is. If you're not in I.S.U.P.K, you getting ready for some other type of event that's not this. When this should be the #1 event on your mind this time of year. This cookout right here should be the only event that you even think about. But unfortunately, man, our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And he brainwashed our people. He manipulated our people into celebrating his wicked holidays, his wicked festivals. The Lord is against these wicked festivals and holidays, man.
Right.
You understand? The Lord is said not to do that. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Somebody could pull that. You understand? Because the Lord told us not to do what these heathens do. He told us not to follow after our oppressor and do what he does, celebrate what he celebrates. He warned us of that way back in the Old Testament. But guess what? You was manipulated to believe that the Old Testament is done away with. You was manipulated to believe that everything those prophets ever wrote about, ever spoke about, is done away with. It doesn't even exist no more. Get it out your head. They don't have nothing to do with the Bible no more. When the Bible says that these records were written for our learning, man, so we can know better in the future. You got it? Who got it?
Yes, you said Jeremiah chapter 1.
Chapter 10, verse 1.
Oh, slide.
Anybody got it?
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 10, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hear ye the word which the power speaketh unto you,
Mm-hmm.
O house of Israel.
Oh, who?
O house of Israel.
This is talking to the house of Israel. What's a house? I mean, it's self-explanatory, I know, but just break it down. Who can tell me what is a house? Go ahead.
In that context, sir, it's the people.
That's right. We man. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it says house, a house is something you live in, that people live in, right? It's talking about a family living in a house. And who is that? Who is that? Does that house belong to? Read again.
Exactly, sir. Jeremiah 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
O house of Israel. It's talking to the family of Israel. What you got to understand, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, is that Israel is a family. It's not something spiritual that you can convert to. It's not something that you can turn around tomorrow and be a part of. You understand? It's a family, a house. Everybody ain't in one house. Everybody ain't invited to one house. You understand? Where this house is, if I invite you to my house, I look at you like family. I wouldn't invite nobody to my house that I don't see as family. Because that's how your house gets destroyed. And let me know if everybody can hear me. I don't know if y'all you check the comment. I just want to be sure that everybody can hear me good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody. This is important for everybody to hear and understand and listen to. You understand? Because what they taught us is that Black people are not family with Hispanics. They taught us that the Hispanics are not a part of the Native Indians' families, and that the Haitians not part of the Jamaicans' family, and that the Haitians, even though they live on the same island as the Dominicans, they not family. Everybody has taught us that we are not family when the Bible says opposite, man. The Bible calls us the house of Israel, the family of Israel. Keep reading.
Come. Jeremiah 10, verse 2. Thus saith the power, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Who can tell me what a heathen is?
Non-Israelite. Non-Israelite.
A non-Israelite? Right. Well, how can you prove that? Let me see real quick. You said what?
Non-Israelite people, nation.
Non-Israelite people. Can you give me a precept to prove it? Anybody? What's an heathen according to the Bible? Like, how can you prove that a heathen is a non-Israelite person? Nah, no sweat. Let me see. You got it?
Not yet.
No sweat. Keep. Matter of fact, you keep reading.
Come.
Go ahead.
Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Yeah, you absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? A heathen is someone who's not an Israelite, someone who's not part of the family, God's family. You know what I'm saying? Not God's people. You understand? Because here's the thing: Israelites aren't the only one that aren't heathen. Israelites aren't the only people that aren't heathen. Like Abraham, he wasn't an Israelite, but he also wasn't a heathen. You understand? Abraham was chosen by the Most High. Who else? Noah was chosen by the Most High. You know what I mean? So it doesn't make him a heathen. It makes you a heathen by not being one of God's people. That's what makes you a heathen. You understand? So you're right. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who isn't an Israelite today would be a heathen. You understand? But before there was an Israelite, there were men chosen by God to father the Israelites. You gotta keep that in mind. Israel came along. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. It was. If you go down the line, it's Abraham. It's like really Adam, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Understand? So it's like the end of the line. That's the family. Then you got the 12 tribes of Israel: Benjamin, Levi, Judah, Simeon, Zebulun. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. So if you're not a part of that family, this is a better way to put it. Anyone who's not a part of that family, if you're not a part of God's family, then you a heathen. And there's a lot of heathens out here, man. You understand? That the people that wear the small hats that's living over in Israel, guess what? Newsflash, they're heathens. They're not part of God's family. You understand? The people that's going to war with them, they're heathens. Russia, those people, they're heathen. Your oppressor is a heathen. You understand? Everybody who's not part of God's family is a heathen. And God has a family. You understand? You don't believe me? We'll prove that in a second. Keep reading.
Oh, come. Jeremiah 10, verse 2 in the middle. For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Fear not the signs of heaven. You understand? Be not dismayed means to fear, right? The word dismayed means you fear it, right? So the Lord is saying, don't fear the signs in heaven. Don't fear those stars. Don't fear the alignment of Uranus and Neptune. You understand? Don't base your whole life because Venus is rising, or whatever they call it, because you were Capricorn. So now your whole life changed because you find out you was a Capricorn. The heathen are dismayed at them. Read on.
Now, concert, Jeremiah 10, verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
For the what?
For the customs of the people are vain.
Christmas is a what?
Vain.
Called custom. Christmas is a custom. Christmas Eve is a custom. New Year is a custom. Thanksgiving is a custom of the heathen. And it says they are what?
They are vain.
Break that down. What does vain mean?
Nothing.
Right. Give me a hand. Vain means nothing. It's vanity. It's empty. You understand? These customs mean nothing. How do you know that they're nothing? Somebody tell me how you know that they're nothing. You know what I'm saying? How do you know that Christmas is empty and nothing? Oh, I'm moving. I might call on you.
Shalaki, because it's not of the Lord, sir.
That's true. Bring me home though. Like,
Go
go ahead. Anybody else? Y'all want me to give it to you? You want to give it a try? Huh? All right. Well, this is how you know it means nothing. It's about a fat pink man coming down a chimney that you don't have at your house. You got a chimney? Nah. You got a chimney? I don't think nobody in Florida got a chimney. So how the hell is anybody expecting some chubby pink man to slide down a chimney that they don't even have? And then he's chubby. Let's not check a chimney ain't that wide.
Like here, sir. If I may. Last time, even a crook tried to get down the chimney, they had to cut him out of it.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you. You can't go down the chimney.
Exactly.
Let alone some fat, nasty, sweaty, disgusting pink man in a red suit. He not coming down no chimney. It's empty, man. It's vain. You bought them damn gifts. You work 24 hours a day. You understand? Put in doubles, working 12-hour shifts. Just to pay for some gifts and give all the credit away to some devil. It means nothing, man. Your kids don't even look at you as important because who do they honor on Christmas? They honor Santa Claus. So what are you even getting out of it? Vain. You put up a Christmas tree in your living room. And now you gotta decorate this tree. You gotta water this tree. You gotta keep it from catching on fire because Lord knows how many Christmas trees burn up and kill everybody in the house. You understand? For what? Vanity. It's vain. It means nothing. You know what means something? Serving the Most High. Keeping the feast of Hanukkah like we just did. Get out of here. We're about to keep the feast of Purim. And then, let alone the Passover, April 20th in Durham, North Carolina. You understand? Yeah, out of hand. We're gonna be giving that a lot of days. Make sure, the wife. He's kind. He's very kind. Make sure that you pay your Passover funds, man. Pay that $200 to Commander General YAHANNA because he truly loves the Lord's people. And he goes above and beyond and out of his way to make sure that the Lord's Passover is always glorious. You understand? So you pay that $200 and come through in brotherhood. And I'll tell you this, the Passover is not optional. You don't have a choice to keep the Passover. It's a commandment to keep every Passover throughout all your generations in every household. Understand? Keep going.
Jeremiah 10, verse 3 from the top. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Right.
The work of the hands of the workmen.
Right. Listen, pay very close attention. This is things they never taught you in the Christian church. You might want to pay attention to this. Things they never taught you in the Christian church. They start over. What did they do in the woods?
For they cut a tree out of the forest.
So somebody cut a tree down in the forest. Read.
The work of the hands of the workmen.
The work of the hands of the workmen. Someone went out there just like the lumberjack and chopped down a tree. You know what I'm saying? Like the hands of a workman. Like I.S.U.P.K himself. Salaki. That's just because my name. Shameless plug. Go ahead. Keep reading.
With an axe.
With the what?
With an axe.
That's how you cut down a tree. Keep going.
Verse 4. They decked it with silver and gold.
What does that sound like?
Christmas tree, sir.
Yeah, what does it mean to deck something?
Lights.
Decoration. Yeah, to decorate it. Right? Y'all know the song? You ain't gotta sing it. I ain't gonna put y'all know the song, man. Deck the halls with boughs of folly. Yeah, they decking the halls. That's what they guess what? Would you believe that they did that 2,000 plus years ago? 3,000 plus years ago, would you believe it? Would you believe that that same Christmas tree you putting up in the house right now, you just went to Walmart to buy one. Your mama probably had one in the attic, one of those plastic ones for years. And she got dusted off and decorated. What does it say?
For they decked it with silver and gold.
Yeah, you're gonna deck that tree with silver and gold ornaments. You're gonna put some twill around it. You're gonna make it look like it snowed in the middle of Florida. You're gonna spray some fake snow on the tree. Put some lights around that thing. Put them globes on the tree, the silver and gold globes. You're gonna deck that thing out. Keep going.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
See, now that's old school. They don't use the hammer and the nail no more. Now they got the tree setter. You just screw it in. You set it down, put the tree in there, screw the sides in, and then it stand up straight. And you ain't gotta hammer it down with no nail. They used to do that. How many of y'all know that they used to take 2 plywood and hammer that into the tree, into the tree, and they'll stand up like that with the plywood across like that. Right. Or they would just go straight at the bottom of the tree and hammer it down into the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's old school. Now, with technology, you know what I'm saying? The steel factory done created something where you can just, sit that thing down, tighten up the sides, and you good. You know what I mean? This is your Christmas tree in the Bible, in Jeremiah. And it's telling you this is what took place in those times. Keep going. We're going to find out if this is a good thing to do. We're going to find out if this is the tradition of Christ. Is this the tradition of the Most High? And is this what we should be doing every year for Jesus' birthday? Keep going.
They fasten it with nails and hammer that it move not.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not.
Mm-hmm. Meaning they standing up straight. They're not like you and me, who we can speak to each other. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a voice. They can't do things that we do. It's not real. It's not a person. It's just a tree. You know what I'm saying? But it's standing up straight. You made sure, like a palm tree. Keep going.
They must need be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them.
Right. They must needs be born. Meaning you, whatever that tree needs, you gotta bear the burden. You gotta go out and do, like I said, you gotta bring it to water. You had to nail it down so that it stand up, because it was doing just fine in the forest. It was standing up all on its own in the forest, how nature intended it. But you had to go and chop it down and bring it into your house. You understand? Now you done brought that thing into the house, and now you gotta take care of it. Now it's your responsibility, your burden. Keep going. For what? And again, for what? What for? You understand? You brought this burden upon yourself for what reason? Vanity.
Right.
There ain't no reason. It's empty. It means nothing. Could just get your kids some gifts. Skip all the funny stuff. Right. Could just say, hey, look, I want to get y'all some gifts. I got some money, you know what I'm saying? It's the end of the year. I'm going to get you a gift. What you want, PlayStation? I can't afford PlayStation 5, but I can get you a 4 today. It is what it is. You know how much your kids gonna love that? Right. That they got a brand new game. They don't care because it's a 5 or a 4. I don't care what you do. Listen, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I didn't care. I wanted the Xbox, the new Xbox when it came out, but I got the 360. All right, cool, man. I'm gonna go play this. I didn't even have no memory card. I couldn't say nothing. That game. Every time I played story mode, I had to start it. Yo, listen. I had to start them over every time I played. I could never. So I was just trying to get as far as I could in that one run. You feel me? But you think I was what? You think I'm a murderer now? You think I'm gonna go off and hurt somebody because I didn't get the new Xbox with the memory card? I just played my game, bro. I got a brand new game. I got 3 games. 2 of them came with the system. So that means my mama had to go out and get another game. Nigga, I was happy. You ain't just get the 2, you got 3. You got 1 remote. was not upset, man. Like you gotta stop feeding yourself that lie that your kids ain't gonna appreciate the little things you do for them because you ain't do more. You understand? That is your own selfishness. And you do that with your kids, man. You gonna find out that they're not gonna love you more for it. You're gonna find that out. And you're gonna destroy them kids because they're gonna become vain just like you. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Okay. For they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
Yeah, they can't do anything. Can't do good or evil. It's just a tree. Let that tree live in the forest where it belongs. You want to bring a tree into your house and take care of it. You don't even like take care of your kids, but you're gonna come and bring home a tree.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great.
Right. That tree ain't nothing to the Most High. That tree is nothing. It's a damn tree. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm saying this, and it's like not making sense to somebody, but it's like common sense.
Right.
It's a tree. You rather serve that tree than the Most High. You rather serve that tree than keep the Feast of Hanukkah. You rather serve that tree than pay $200 to come keep the Passover. You rather serve that tree than to be here for a cookout that's free.
Right.
That's what you rather do.
Salaki say, if I may, you rather go buy that tree, spend money on that tree, bring it to your house, than to come here. You know what I'm saying? So it's heavily saying that. Salaki.
Like, what would you do? Like, that's what you gotta know about love. Love is what you'll do because of your love for somebody. Love is an action.
Right.
So what you'll do tells everything. You know what I'm saying? It's another scripture, matter of fact. Who reading? You reading, right? Because you get where it says, where thy treasure lies, there also lies thy heart. The what? Yeah, where your treasure is, there's your heart also. Something like that. Look that up. Give me that. Keep going.
And thy name is great in might. Verse 7. Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doth it appertain, for as much as among all the wise men of the nations and in all their kingdoms there is none like unto thee. Verse 8. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanity.
Okay. Keep going.
Verse 9. Silver spread unto plates is brought.
Oh, you can drop that. Salaki. Give me Amos chapter 5. Was it 5 and 3? I think it's 5. No, give me Proverbs, matter of fact. Give me Proverbs 3 and 31. Yes, and then you give me what you got.
Certainly. Luke chapter 12, verse 34. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Right. Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. First of all, what's treasure? Anybody?
Good.
Go ahead. Whoever's
It could be money or gold.
right. Well, break it down a little bit more. Like, let's make it plain. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, money, you know what I'm saying? But let's say
Riches.
something of value. Whatever you put value on. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you put value in, whatever you put value in, read it.
Right. There will your heart be also.
And what is your heart?
Salaki, sir, your mind.
Your mind. Right. That's your man. You know what I'm saying? Your mind. Your heart is your mind. Why do you think they say, I know that by heart?
Sluggy.
Go ahead.
We got a question online.
Can you please explain sex is marriage?
Can you please explain sex is marriage? That's a good question. What?
That was my question.
Everybody want to know about it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely get into that. I'm gonna finish this.
The name is DeCarlo Hicks.
DeCarlo Hicks is a brother. Okay. Can I please explain? Sex is marriage. All right, no sweat. Let me see. Where is that? Deuteronomy 23. Keep read it again, folks.
Sir. Luke chapter 12, verse 34. For where your heart, Salakia, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Right. So your heart is your mind, man.
Right.
Your heart is your mind. And so if you whatever you place your value in, you understand, if you seek after that value, that thing that you put value in, then that's what you are, that's where your heart is. Like that's where your mind is.
Right.
That's what you care about. It's the only thing that matters to you. Give me money. Money is the root of evil. The love of money is the root of evil. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Because what you put your value in is what you care about. So if you care about Christmas, then you ain't gonna serve the Most High. Because the Lord said not to put a Christmas tree in your house, not to keep these vain holidays that the heathen taught you, not to carve up no turkey every last Thursday of November.
Right.
You understand? These things were taught to us in the Bible. We were told not to do these things, and here we are in 2023 doing everything the Lord said not to do. The Lord said, don't eat pork. Pork is the other white meat. The Lord said, don't have same-sex marriages. It's an alternative lifestyle now. Everybody, listen, the Pope is goddamn blessing alternative lifestyle marriages. The Pope. But are you surprised though?
Nah.
Are you really even surprised? You understand? The Lord said not to do these things, and here your Pope is. So what does that let you know? It lets you know that the Catholic Church is not of God.
Right.
That's the end of that story.
Right.
You understand? The Christian Church already did it. They already went out the way and started holding marriage ceremonies in the church for same-sex marriages. Back when Obama was in office, they did that. They was like, man, what you waiting on? You should have been doing that. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't had no problem doing it now. The Pope, the father of what they call him? The Holy Father, sir. The Holy Father is blessing same-sex marriages. Mike, nah, it's a lot. No Mike right now. You understand? You got
Yes,
that
sir.
description?
Sir. Let me read it. Sir. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root.
Wait. Start over.
Sir. For the love of
For the what?
For the love.
For the love. That's what we're talking about. Talking about love. You understand? Love is in action.
Right.
You saying this is the most
Barack.
I need something from my bag. I need a tablet from my bag, all right? All right, Akim, let's get it on. Someone is getting the questions online.
There's a question, sir, about why sex is marriage.
Why is sex marriage? Sex is marriage because it is the only union that is unbreakable, that you cannot get away from it. If you fall out of love with your woman, sex will still bind you to her for the rest of your life. If you are absolutely in love with your woman, sex will bind you to her for the rest of your life. Sex takes away any any importance of your feelings. Why? Because if you have sex with her and you get her pregnant, she is in your life forever. If you have sex with her and she gives you a disease, or you give her a disease, then that will kill you. It will affect your life forever. Sex has repercussions that nothing else in life can match the repercussions of sex. It's so permanent. As opposed to what? This world believes that marriage is what? A marriage license. A marriage license that you go to the justice of the peace, you sign it, and then next week you sign a what? A divorce decree. And it ends the marriage. You give me two brothers. You give me one brother who has a marriage license with a woman. Then give me another brother who has a baby with a woman and no marriage license. Which one is more tied to that woman? Who can answer the question? You want to give it a shot? Break it down. Huh?
The one that had the baby with the woman.
The one that has the baby with the woman. He's the one that is tied to her forever. He's the one that's going to go to jail when he doesn't pay his child support. He's the one that is getting HIV. He's the one that's getting chlamydia. He's the one that's going to have his life ruined or his life blessed. You do me a favor, so watch it now. I need my tablet out of that bag in the car. Okay. He's the one that is going to have his life blessed forever or cursed forever because of the sex he had with her. Because, of course, you get babies from sex, and you get venereal diseases from sex. Life and death come from sex. What comes from a marriage license? Two LGBT people can get a marriage license right now today. A marriage license is nothing. It's a financial agreement that you can make and break. It means absolutely nothing at all. Everyone understands. Now give me the precepts proving that sex is marriage. What officer knows where they are? Who bought it for the drink up? Any officer? Give me Adam and Eve first. Right? That's the first couple in the truth, Adam and Eve. Give me when Adam knew his wife. When Adam knew Eve. It's in the book of Genesis. Okay, the brothers is outside. They can come in, all right? Go ahead. You need my help? I'll get it for you. 1 second. While you're finding that, I almost forgot. Un momento, estoy muy feliz de estar contigo en Florida. Un momento por anuncios. What you're looking for is Adam knew Eve, all right? Let me read these for you right a second, all right? Mi nombre es General Mahayaman. Soy tu hermano y estos son los anuncios. Somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos en 1 Oeste Calle 125, Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1969, debajo del comando de el General YAHANNA. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres latino, negro o indio nativo, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen su iglesia sin culpa, pero su iglesia tiene toda la culpa de lo que nos está pasando. All right, let's get it on. Clap it up. All right. I'm gonna go live on the TikTok thing. The brothers been telling me I gotta get it on. You do it.
I don't know.
He just told me to buy this thing and go up on it. I don't know. But if you want to do it over there, just tell me what you need.
I'm not sure if I can do it with that.
Okay, let me see. I know how to do it with this at least. They didn't cancel my account again. They cancel it every week. You got another question? I believe that. Oh, I gotta find the precept for you, right? Stand by. Let me hear that one.
What kind of concept? The Salaki said, Genesis 4:1, and Adam knew Eve, his wife.
1 second. Yeah, with me, there is one in Genesis 3. Bobbity, hold on. Okay, let me give you one preset. What do you have? I think you might have just said it just now. Go ahead.
So like you said, Genesis 4:1.
I don't believe it could be there. I think that's too far away. Let me just double check you, all right? Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, read that. Genesis 4:1.
Okay, sir. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Genesis chapter 4, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve.
And Adam knew what? Nice and loud, warrior, all right? Adam, read that again.
And Adam knew Eve.
And Adam did what?
Adam knew Eve.
When you read the word "knew," like know or knowledge in the Old Testament, it means carnal knowledge, which means you've seen her private parts. You've seen the intimate side of her that no one else sees. And the Bible calls that knowing a woman. Do you understand? Because that's another thing that only sex can do, man. You have sex with a woman, you've seen her in a way that no one else should have. That's for damn sure. You've seen a part of her that no one else should see. You've been intimate with her. The Bible says that Adam knew Eve. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. His wife.
His what?
His wife.
His what?
His wife.
When was the ceremony? Who was the preacher that did the service? Huh? Who threw the rice? How was she his wife? How could that be possible? With no white judge to tell them they're allowed to love each other. How could that be his wife? How could Eve have been Adam's wife? I know how, because he knew her. That's what made her his wife. Everyone understands. So this is all over the Bible, but of course, this is the first marriage. Christ said in the beginning, two shall become one, and none shall make asunder. That's in the Bible, brother. That's how a man and a woman become one. Right? From that day forward, whatever's wrong with you is wrong with her. Whatever's wrong with her is wrong with you. That's what happens. Sex both takes life and it gives life. The marriage license is, nothing. Everyone understands. That's all I can do. Anything else? Any other questions so I can get into this topic here? You up on a thing to give me the questions, right? Okay. So do me a favor, push this bottle. Grab me that bottle right there.
This one.
Yes, please. Go ahead, Doc. You got a question?
Okay, sir. Sir. Christians like to say Abraham celebrated his birthday when he had his son.
Okay. No problem. Now you ready? Let's read it. Is there another question? Any questions in the room? I'll take those now as well.
I have a question online, sir.
Go ahead, Doc. The brother's finding that. Go ahead.
I believe they said, I just lost it. Forgive me, sir.
Someone give me a book so I can prop this thing up here. Go ahead, Warren.
Come, sir. It's in Genesis 21, chapter 21, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And the child grew and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. So, sir, Christians like to say that was like a birthday.
How? I mean, how could it be a birthday? Where's the word birth or day? Right there. Let me tell you, so many Christians, brother, when you're young in the truth, they'll do that to you all the time. Right? And what you got to do is put a Christian on the offensive. Like Christians, on the defense. So many times when you're young in the truth, I remember doing this, Isupk, where you feel the need that you have to prove that birthdays are wrong. You have to prove Christmas is wrong. What you want to learn is to put them on the defense by you going on offense. You make them prove that celebrating a birthday is correct. Is this the precept? Well, there's only one thing missing, the birthday. Where is that? Read it one more time.
Genesis chapter 21, verse 8. And the child grew.
The child did what?
And the child grew.
Well, we got to start right there, right? So I'm fine. You can wrap it up. I'll take it with me, sister. I appreciate it. And the child grew. Is this the day the child was born? No. The child grew. Go ahead.
And was weaned.
And was what?
And was weaned.
Who knows what the term wean means? Anyone? Go ahead up.
It means when he's done giving suck.
When he's done suckling from his mother's breast, drinking breast milk. Well, now he can eat solid food. Go ahead.
And Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned.
Was what?
Was weaned.
Was born?
Was weaned.
The same day he was born.
Was weaned.
Does it say the same day he was born?
Was weaned.
It says weaned, which means he had a feast the same day that he began to eat solid food. He had a feast. Did it say he did it every year on his weaning day? No, it doesn't say that. You can have a party for any damn reason you feel like having a party. You get my point? You can say, oh, my son is eating chicken now. Congratulations, young brother. Eating chicken. Here's a party. Of course, you don't have to have it every year. You could just have a party. You could have a party because you just feel like having a party. You get my point? Celebrating your birthday or your child's birthday is a Roman custom that makes your child or you a god every day. A god a god the day you were born, which is what life is about here in America, just like Rome. You have Thor's birthday. Thor, you celebrate Thor once a week. That's Thursday. Right. Thursday is named for the god Thor. Right. Wednesday is named for the god Wednesday or Odin. Right. Odin is the day that we celebrate Odin. Freya is another god. We celebrate him on Friday. We celebrate, of course, the sun god on your mama's favorite day, Sunday. Right? We celebrate the moon god on what day? Monday. And then you get your day on your birthday. We celebrate Janus in January. We celebrate February in February. We celebrate Saturn. We celebrate March. March is the god of war, Mars. Everyone gets a birthday, including you. That's a Roman custom. It's against the law because the Lord God said, thou shalt have no gods but one. You're not allowed to be a god. And frankly, you're too damn old to still do that. A lot of you are too old to still be wearing that stupid hat and cutting a cake. You're 57 years old. Sooner or later, you got to stop. You should stop acting like a perpetual child all the time. Everyone understands. And you're teaching your child a terrible lesson, man. Birthdays and Christmas teach children a horrible lesson. Oh, you should go into that airport, brother. Go listen, you're going to go into the airport on Christmas Day or the day after Christmas, and people are going to be fist fighting in there. Right. Or go into some store right about now, in Walmart or some store, and you're going to see people beating each other's heads in to celebrate the birth of the baby Jesus. They're going to knock each other's teeth out of their mouth. Christmas teaches selfishness. Birthday parties and birthday celebrations teach selfishness. Those days tell your child, you're the most important thing in the world. Nothing matters more than you. Right. And your child is going to remember that. And then he's going to punch someone in the face so he can get those sneakers he's wearing, that gold chain he's wearing, the wallet in his pocket should go to your son. Your daughter is going to think that she should have that boyfriend, that she should have those breasts, that she should have that attention in school from those boys. Christmas and birthdays teach a terrible lesson to you and to your children. And sooner or later, someone should grow up. Everyone understands. Right here. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. Let me get this brother right here. Go ahead.
So when like a lot of people, when you come into the truth, a lot of people feel like they can't get you no gifts anymore because you don't celebrate birthdays. Mm-hmm. So they don't get your kids nothing.
Right.
But like how you saying here, like Abraham celebrated it off of the child being weaned.
Yeah.
So if you were to throw an event off of your child, maybe let's say your child went 5 years not speaking, something like that. Now your child's speaking, and he getting out of some remedial class or whatever like that.
Can I stop you for a second?
Okay.
Was Shaul, y'all, I sent you a Christmas of post. Give it to the brother. He can just read it if he has it. All right. Just stand by. I'll get you with that in 1 second. Continue, please.
Yeah. So like if you got a bun that's like, you know, made a major achievement, he wasn't speaking, now he's speaking.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to rally around it. You could throw an event for something like that based on this scripture.
Yes, you could.
Okay.
You could throw an event because he graduated, the 5th grade, kindergarten, high school, college, med school, law school. You absolutely could have a party for your child just because he's a good boy. And absolutely, if your child had some illness and they weren't speaking, and then they begin to speak, you absolutely could throw a party for your child. Let me blow your mind one step further. The child's grandparents could just hand the child gifts because they love him.
Right.
It really doesn't even have to be an event.
Right.
You understand? You could just, if your mother is saying, well, I can't give him any gifts because it's not Christmas, hand me the gift. Give it to me. Give it to me in February. Give me the gift. Just hand it to me right now. In the middle of the summer. You want to buy my son something, hand it over. Where's that? You know what you'll find out, though, is that they really don't love their grandchildren. Right. They love Christmas. Right. That's what you'll find out because, of course, grandmom could just say, listen, it's September 2nd. I'm bringing some toys over there for those kids. Right. That's it. Why? For nothing. Because I love them and they're my grandbabies. She's not doing that. Do you understand? Because she doesn't love those grandbabies. She loves the traditions of the world. Give me that precept. Let me tell you, so many people, how can I describe this to you in a way you can understand? The reason that people love Christmas is because Christmas is tied to generosity and kindness and giving. And people are going to give turkeys to the homeless. You know about that, right? They're going to give gifts down there to the kids in foster care. People will just be so generous this time of year. And that generosity makes you love Christmas. That generosity doesn't make you love people. Or else we wouldn't murder each other unalive each other every day and sell drugs to each other and molest each other's children and sleep with each other's wives. It doesn't make us love one another. These acts of kindness that are done every year, this time of year, those acts of kindness make you love this time of year. But it doesn't make you love the people that you're doing those acts for. Let me show it to you in history if you don't mind. Read what you have there, warrior, please.
It was a public holiday celebrated.
A what?
A public holiday.
A public holiday, meaning everyone celebrated this holiday. Go ahead.
Celebrated around December 25th.
Around what?
December 25th.
Around December 25th. Go ahead.
In the family home.
And where?
In the family home.
Okay, so all of the people, the public, you went into their homes, they're celebrating this day around December 25th. Go ahead.
A time for feasting.
A time for what?
Feasting.
You see the feasting, all of the food that they have on Christmas. That food doesn't make you love the people you're eating with, or else your uncle would not have molested you because you go to Christmas dinner with him, right? Or else your cousins wouldn't have snitched on you and shot you and stole your sneakers, right? They would love the people that they feast with every year. They do not. They love the feast. They love Christmas, not the people they're with on Christmas. Well, here's the holiday right here, December 25th. People feast. Keep going.
Goodwill.
What?
Goodwill.
Goodwill. You heard that term before. Goodwill for all men. Right? Everyone is happy for each other. Everyone wants to give. You go to your job. Oh, my God. Forget about those jobs. You go to the job. Everybody's having a potluck and handing out gifts to everybody on the job. And you think, boy, this job must love me. You're getting fired next week.
Right.
They're laying you off. Right. They don't love you on the job. They want you to love Christmas. They want you to love this time of year. Continue.
Generosity.
Generosity. The job is going to give you some type of bonus. Oh, am I getting a Christmas bonus? Oh, am I getting a bonus? All of the goodness in life has to be crammed into this day, where there's none left for every other day of the year. Right. There's no kindness. There's no generosity. There's no goodwill. Why does all love and kindness have to be crammed into today? So that you can love this day and never love one another. Well, this went on before. December 25th, kindness, goodwill, feasting, keep going.
Generosity to the poor.
To the what?
To the poor.
Oh my God, it has to be, the baby Jesus makes you want to give to the poor people.
Right.
The homeless people. And the people sleeping outside. Merry Christmas, little guy. Tiny Tim and all of the orphans. Oh man, the people really are good to one another, aren't they? They're not. They're cruel to each other, evil to one another, but they love this day. They don't love people, they love this day. Continue.
The exchange of gifts.
What, say that again?
The exchange of
My
gifts.
God, this sounds very familiar. And they exchange gifts. They're generous, they're kind, they're loving, they feast. Keep going.
And the decoration of trees.
Of what again?
Of trees.
I'll say that one more time.
Of trees.
And they decorate trees. December 25th, kindness and love and goodwill to everyone. And a tree decoration. Continue.
But it wasn't Christmas.
Say that again.
But it wasn't Christmas.
One more time.
But it wasn't Christmas.
See this, this is not, we're not talking about Christmas. Because this was done way before Christmas. Keep going.
This was Saturnalia.
Saturnalia. Everything that we do that we think is about the sweet baby Jesus in a manger was done for Saturn, the god Saturn, which is what that planet is named after in the solar system. The god Saturn. And they had a tree that they decorated. It was on December 25th. And they were so nice to you too. Do you understand? We think that niceness comes from Jesus. It doesn't. That kindness is good Christian kindness. It is not. They did the exact same thing to worship the god Saturn. You want to look up Saturn, you can look that up real fast. Saturnalia was the day when you worshiped the god Saturn. Why? Because it came from the worship of a god Nimrod who was around before Saturn. And he was born on December 25th. That was his birthday, December 25th. And when he died in a war, his mother had his body buried under an evergreen tree. And she said that my son's body is in the tree. My son's soul is in the tree. You ever see those big Christmas trees that they set up like in City Hall or in Washington, D.C.? That was the practice. The original practice was a giant tree that everyone in the town would come to worship. They would make a circle around it and sing to it. And they had to put wealth and money under that tree. And then Nimrod's mother would come and scoop up all the money. Well, that practice went on and on. Then the god Saturn, then the Romans came, and they just continued the same practice of worshiping the tree. Give me Jeremiah 10:1.
So like you said, if I may, I have the Satanic Bible on birthdays. You want it?
Of course.
This is the Satanic Bible by Anton Levine. The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the date of one's own birth.
Go keep going.
This is in direct contradiction to the holy of holy days of other religions, which deify a particular God who has been created in an anthropomorphic form of their own image.
That just means that they take a God and make him a man. Some make-believe idol, and they make him a man. Now you worship him, like Saturn.
Right.
Now Saturn is a man you have to worship. March is a man. April is another goddess, April. May is for the goddess Maya, right? And all those days are their birthdays or months set up to celebrate them. And you can't do the same thing to yourself. That's what a birthday is. Well, now you're the God today. Now you have to get everything you want. And of course, brother, you know what your woman is going to want to do on her birthday, right? Go to a club and whore out of every hole. Excuse me, children. Why? And when she does it, you know what she'll say? When she has too much to drink and she gets high, she'll say, well, you know, it's my birthday. I had to do it, you know. Blame it on alcohol. No, if I was you, I wouldn't go for that. Everyone understands. You brothers would be wise to choose a better woman any damn way. You'd be very wise to choose better when you go to choose a woman. Like whoever asked the question earlier online, how do I know sex is marriage? I know sex is marriage because once you have sex with a woman, she destroys your life. I know sex is marriage because once a sister has sex with a man, he destroys her life. I know sex matters. I know it's important because your life ain't ruined because of a piece of paper. Your life has been ruined since you were 13. How many times have you had a marriage license since you're 13? Huh? A lot of you ain't never had a marriage license, but you got 5 kids and you've been in jail 3 times over her or over him. And you've been shot over her or over him. And your car has been wrecked. And your house has been wrecked over her or over him. And you never had a marriage license. I still got to teach you which one is important? I'm still doing that. Where'd that baby come from? A contract? Huh? I should be able to move on off this topic. Continue. Everybody gets it. That's Saturday. You need Jeremiah 10:1. Does anyone in here not know about the Christmas tree? Is everyone online? Do you know about the Christmas tree, sisters? You're familiar with the Christmas tree. It's in the Bible. Brothers, y'all know about the Christmas tree, correct? It's in Jeremiah 10:1. I'll pass on that for time's sake, all right then? Give me the traditions of men. Please, warrior.
This is Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you.
Beware. What does beware mean? Meaning be careful, watch out, be aware, look out, beware lest any man spoil you. What does it mean to be spoiled? To be spoiled is Old English for like they took you, they hustled you. That's when somebody spoils you. Beware lest any man spoil you. Keep going.
Through philosophy.
Through what?
Philosophy.
Through philosophy. Philosophy is religion. You know, the baby Jesus in a manger, and none of that story is true. All of that nonsense is a lie. It was not like that truly in the Bible. And all of that mess with the 3 wise men coming. I don't know if y'all even know those stories like they would tell us when we was kids. But it's all a ridiculous lie and nonsense. And it has nothing to do with the sweet baby Jesus. And they were putting those trees up for thousands of years before Jesus Christ was born. Continue.
And vain deceit.
And do what? And philosophy and what?
Vain deceit.
And vain. What does the word vain mean? Nothing. What is a deceit? A lie. A lie. That somehow this tree has something to do with Jesus. And no one even asked, how? What does this tree have to do with Jesus? Any more?
After the traditions of men.
After what?
The tradition of men.
That's what they love. That's why your grandparents won't give the child a damn anything, a loaf of bread, unless it's Christmas. That's why. Because they love the tradition. They do not love the child. You do not need an occasion to give a child something. You don't need an occasion to do it. You feed the thing every damn day, don't you?
Right.
You got to have a special day to feed him something?
Right.
You can't just put a turkey in the oven any day you feel like doing it. Are you such a slave that the only time you can eat turkey is when you're given permission to eat turkey? The only time you can love a man is if he gives you a ring that he buys from someone Jewish. Is that it? Otherwise, you can't let him love you because he hasn't been to the store to buy you a ring. You can't let him love you because he hasn't had a contract from the government to give him permission to love you, which is where marriage license come from. Marriage license come from racism. You should go look that up one time. Marriage license come from them making sure that black people and white people could not be married.
Right.
That's the point. The marriage, they wanted you to get permission. Remember, you also couldn't have sex without being married. That was something that people acted as if they followed years ago. I'm talking a long time ago. Go ahead.
So I wanted to ask you about that. Of course, they always talk about it. Now that you mentioned it, right? You have to go get married, and the government made laws so that you could not marry white people because they had something called white slavery. What was that? And,
what was white slavery?
Yeah, white slavery, and their fear to that extent that they would be enslaved, and of course they made the laws.
Okay, I don't know about white slavery in that context. White slavery is usually what they would call an indentured servant, usually, but in this context, I'm not familiar with that.
Like what they charged the boxer for, or what have you, when he was trafficking.
Oh, okay, the Mann Act. Yeah, okay, you're talking about the Mann Act was more like prostitution. Was on the surface of it, meaning there was a law at one time called the Mann Act, when if you took a woman across state lines for the purposes of sex, then they could charge you like you were a pimp. You understand? Right. Even if the sex was with you, it was like you took her across state lines for sex. So they considered the same thing as human trafficking, which is what they would call that today. They considered it the same thing. There was a famous boxer who took a white girl from her home, took her on the road with him, and he got arrested based on the Mann Act, which doesn't exist anymore. But a lot of those laws were just done to stop black men from fulfilling their desire to have sex with every white woman they found, right? And the marriage license. The marriage license was supposed to make sure that only the suitable people made children. So if you were sick, if you were what they used to call disabled, if you had a learning disability, you were not allowed to get a marriage license. You had to get a blood test. You had to go to the doctor so they could see if you were someone that was slow or someone that had a disability, they would not grant you a marriage license. And if you were black, you of course could not get a marriage license with someone who was not black. In the state of Mississippi, Alice Walker and her white husband were among the first people to get an interracial marriage license in 1967. Before that, it was illegal. Alice Walker, of course, went on to make one of the most evil books that the Lord ever allowed a woman to make, which is called The Color Purple, which is a heinously evil book because it promotes, what can I call this? It promotes alternative lifestyles among women. And this is what Alice Walker said. I'm going to bring it out tonight. This is not hyperbole from the UPK. This is the woman saying that was the point of the book. That was the reason to engage, to let everyone engage in lesbianism and to understand lesbianism and to show that lesbianism comes from trauma, because she believed that it was a good cure for the trauma that these big black evil men did to you. This is from Alice Walker. She wrote the book. Steven Spielberg wrote a movie about it and didn't show half of the lesbianism that was in the book. I have the excerpt from the book. I'm reading it tonight, and I'm going to read what Alice Walker said about the book tonight. I'll answer a few, bro. I can tell you how well y'all was shot. All right. So let's keep going with the questions for about a few more minutes. The brother in the back. You got it.
Can I get a breakdown of Romans chapter 7, verse 15 through 26?
No problem.
Breakdown, please.
Go ahead. Is this just in general, right? Go ahead.
The book of Romans chapter 7, verse 15. For that which I do allow, for that which I
Give me one verse above it.
Romans 7 and 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal.
We know the law is spiritual, but I am carnal. Meaning the law does not satisfy your body. The law satisfies God. That's the difference between something that's spiritual and something that's carnal. Carnal means body, literally. Carnal means meat or flesh or carne or carnal, which all of that means my flesh, my body. You get my point. All right. So the law does not satisfy your body. The law is not about making your penis happy or your vagina happy or your stomach happy. It's about making the Most High happy. Do you understand? The law is spiritual, but I am carnal. I care about my stomach, my penis, my mind, my eyes. That's what I want to satisfy, and that's different than what the law wants. You understand? Continue.
Sold under sin.
Sold. I'm carnal and sold unto sin. What does that mean? Just think. It's all poetic language that blacks and Latinos use. Sold unto sin. If you're sold to anyone, that person what? Owns you. You understand it? He owns you. Well, we're sold unto sin in carnality. Sin owns us. All we care about is what our stomachs want. I was talking to my rib today. I remember coming up in the truth, and this is a battle I had 1,000 times about pork. Are you telling me that if you were on a desert island with no food, you wouldn't eat a pig? You wouldn't? And we would always say, no, we would not. And for the life of me, now I'm watching the news today in Palestine. And those Palestinians, brother, is finding chicken from somewhere, finding pigeons. They're eating somehow in a Muslim country. And I think Christians are so sold to sin. I think Christians don't even know there's Muslim countries. And those Muslim countries are what? Poor out of your damn mind, in poverty, living in a dust hill, living in the desert, eating what? Lamb and chicken and fish. You understand? It's like in a Christian's mind, you have to eat pork if you're poor, as if there are not countries of poor Arabs and poor Muslims everywhere, and none of them eating pork. But you are so sold to sin in your mind, poverty just means I have to just eat, everything that crawls in front of me, and you don't. Poor people survive without eating pork in Muslim countries all over the world. Go turn the news on and see what's happening in Palestine right now. Continue.
Verse 15. For that which I do, I allow not.
For that which I do, I allow not. The things that I do, I don't want to do. I do them, but I don't want to do them. I mean, you understand that or no? Right? The thing that I do, I don't want to do, but I do it anyway. So what would that be? You want to try to understand this like understanding an addiction, right? If you ever smoked cigarettes or fought off, most of us have fought off some type of drug addiction to come into the truth, marijuana, weed, cocaine, or worse, right? You're going to do drugs and hate the fact that you do drugs. You hate it. You cry about it afterwards. You get sad. What do you tell yourself? I got to stop this. This the last time. I'm letting this ruin my life. One day I'm going to quit this. You're getting high, but you hate it. That which I do, I don't want to do. That which I do, I allow not. I don't want to do this thing that I'm doing. Continue.
For what I would that I do, I not.
And the thing that I would like to do, I don't do. The thing I would like to do is spend money on something besides weed and drugs and cocaine. I'd love to buy a car and a house. I'd love to have a good life. I'd love to go see my children. But instead, what do? Buy cocaine. I'm telling you something you know well about. Everybody gets this. That's this. The thing that I do, I don't want to do. And that which I would do, I don't do. You understand? This is addiction. This is fighting your flesh. This is the war that goes on in every man, every woman when they want to change. The thing that you want to do, you're going to have to actually do it now. You know how you always wanted to get off of drugs? Now's the time to do it. You always wanted to stop smoking cigarettes, right? Now's the time to stop. You understand? Continue.
But what I hate, that I do.
I think you get that. I think you understand that. That thing I hate doing it. And yet I'm doing it again. Here I go again. Here I go doing this again. And I hate doing this. That's addiction. That's addiction. That's a demon. And he owns you. You understand? Anything else?
It's going down to 20.
If you need it, let me know what you need.
So like I said, I was asking a question for somebody that wasn't here. They wanted a general breakdown. With
there you go. Anything else? Any other questions in the room? You got it up.
Salaki, sir, I got a question.
Can everyone hear him online? Can someone check online to see if they can hear the brothers and the sisters in the class? Sisters, if you have a question, don't be scared. Just ask the question, all right? Go ahead.
I had a question on Ecclesiasticus chapter 21 and verse 27.
All right.
Just a general breakdown, if I could.
No problem.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verse 27. When the ungodly curseth Satan, he curseth his own soul.
Yeah. When the an ungodly person is a wicked person. And when they curse Satan, they're cursing themselves. So what's the perfect example for that? Sunday morning church. I rebuke you, demon. That you're the demon. You. Like Christians in church talking about, rebuking Satan and evil, and they have to drive out evil. You're cursing yourself. Think about that man that stands up there. Did you hear about T.D. Jakes?
I just saw a video of Kirk Franklin twerking on one of his church.
Kirk Franklin twerks, for a living, I think. I think he constantly twerks. I think that's his whole business, is a twerk machine. Think of the years T.D. Jakes and Kirk Franklin stand in front of people and rebuke that demon. And Satan has got to stop. And they go straight home and molest children. You're right. When you rebuke Satan, you're rebuking yourself. When you curse Satan, you're cursing your own soul because Satan is in you. Everybody understands. Anything else?
I have a question.
Let me see. Are we done here? Are we done here, Rock? Let me get the brother right here. You got it.
Slightly, so I got a question. In Numbers 23, it's about Balaam. Balaam was with the Midianites prophesying against Israel.
Yeah.
But it says in 23, 4 and 7, Most High is speaking through Balaam. So a brother wanted to know, was he a heathen? Was he doing it kind of like he did with
Balaam was not a heathen. Balaam was a wicked preacher who repented and refused to do this evil act. That's Balaam. That, in a nutshell, that's the whole thing. They wanted him to speak and to curse his people with the speech. Now, when most people read this, they think it's like magic, y'all gonna die, like a witch curses somebody. That's not what the scripture is talking about. They wanted Balaam to go and lie to his people and to get them to do something that would make them fall in the hands of the Moabites, right? So you want to think preachers. You want to think Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King, back in 1968 or 69, cursed his people. He went to Washington, D.C. and said something that turned his people into deeper slaves to their oppressor. He said it. He went out there and did it. And he worked for the United Auto Workers of America, which is who funded the March on Washington. And he went there and said the thing that he had to say that would make his people fall to the so-called white man. Think of every preacher in every church. They stand up in front of a black congregation and tell them Jesus is white. That concept alone should be strange. Because, of course, if it's a black church, you would think they would all say Jesus is black, especially since it's in the Bible. They don't, because your preacher's job is to curse the black church, is to make them more subservient unto the other nations. The Moabites wanted Balaam to do that. Why? Because he had a gift to speak. He was a great orator like Martin Luther King, right? Like Creflo Dollar and T.D. Jakes, right? He had the gift, and they want him to use this gift to curse them. Why did the Moabites want him to do it? Because, of course, he would use his great gift to speak, and everyone would fall in order under the Moabites. That was the plan, but he refused. Everybody gets it. That's the breakdown, all right? Solid? Right here.
So can I get a breakdown on what the Christians call the fallen angel? And is it biblical?
I believe they usually are talking about the one in Jude. That's the usual one. Pull that one, I believe, in Jude. All right, fallen angel. For time's sake, I'll tell you. Oh, you got it, Warrior? Go ahead.
It's Jude chapter 1, verse 6.
Let the young brother read, all right? See me one more time with the chaser, please, whoever has it. Go ahead. Jude 1 and 6. Jude, what is that? The New Testament, right?
Just right before Revelation.
Right before Revelations.
The book of Jude. The book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 6. And the angels which kept not their first estate.
That's what you need right there. And the angels which kept not their first estate. So now usually, of course, the word angel would confuse Christians because they don't know the Bible. The word angel means messengers, right? And there are angels that are celestial, that sit where the Most High sits. And then there are angels that are terrestrial. What I just said is in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, right? There are bodies celestial and bodies terrestrial. The Israelites are the Most High's angels on this earth, on Terra, on the earth. We're his angels. And what was our first habitation? The Garden of Eden. That was the first place that the Most High gave us to be our home. Keep going.
But left their own habitation.
But we left that habitation out. We left the Garden of Eden. Right now, there's a war in the Garden of Eden. That's where the war is right now. And that land that the Most High God gave us for our home, for where we live throughout the war, for our habitation. But we lost it. We left it. Keep going.
Oh, God. He hath reserved in everlasting chains.
He have done what?
Reserved in everlasting chains.
He hath reserved these angels in everlasting chains. That should sound familiar to everyone, right? We are those angels. The Israelites are those angels. The everlasting chains are speaking about the curses that are tied around our necks to this day. To this day. Let me tell you what happened to me today. Today I'm driving around. I got into town today, right, from New York today. And so me and my rib are driving around, and we in this neighborhood. We are like, my God, what neighborhood is this? This is a ridiculous neighborhood. And we driving around. All of a sudden, a cop car comes out of the gate and pins us off so we can't move. And so we're looking like, what in the hell is going on? A Secret Service agent gets out the car with an AR-15, stops us, and then some devil was driving a bicycle. And the devil tried to go past him. He damn near shot this devil. And he's waiting. And we're just sitting there waiting. And I'm staring at him, looking at him. And I see it says Secret Service on his shirt. And I said, hey, who you guarding? He said, a VIP. Just like that. I said, oh, okay, I guess he is. All of a sudden, Donald Trump comes out of this goddamn place. And I looked, I said, and it hit me. I'm at Mar-a-Lago. Right. And I'm thinking to myself, Secret Service, who could be in there? And the cat's face was like, he rolled his eyes like, a VIP. And I'm in front of Mar-a-Lago. He come out there in 2 black cars and leave out of there. And I go look up my phone, and there it is. Mar-a-Lago is right in front of me. Then I went to look up Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago, someone Google that real fast, what Mar-a-Lago is. And just read me what it says about Mar-a-Lago. All right? Whenever you get a chance. There's a history on it, the place, who gave, where it came from.
All right.
Google.
Yeah, that's it. You have a problem with it?
No.
This is the first one that comes up, we'll do.
All right, okay. All right, so Mar-a-Lago Club is a resort and National Historic Landmark in Palm Beach, Florida. Let me make sure. I was just going to share it on the screen so you can owned since 1985 by Donald Trump. Mar-a-Lago was built for businesswoman and socialite Marjorie Merriweather Post.
Now, I don't know who the hell that is, but that's this woman who built this city It's like a city. You brothers might have seen it before.
Right.
It's like a city, a town, and they call it a house, right? But it's a town. I mean, a villa. You got to see this thing. It's like the damn the Game of Thrones. It's a castle. It's some giant castle, and it's like 2 miles of it. Keep going.
Between 1924 and 1927, during the 1920s, Florida land boom. During the 1920s, Florida land boom.
So the land boom was when the people were down here snatching this land up from the brothers and sisters who used to own it under the Spanish, and they went and just started buying up all of this land in the 1920s. Keep going.
All right, I have to pull up the actual article I was reading from Google.
Okay, if you want, I can finish it up for you. She went and built this town called Mar-a-Lago, right? It's a town. And then she sold it. In her will, she decided to give it to the United States government, right? So the federal government owned it for a while. Then the federal government gave it up because they could not keep up the maintenance on this place. The federal government. Then Donald Trump bought it. Go ahead.
He did that with the old post office building in
Yes,
DC.
he did. In DC, he did the exact same thing. His post office building made it up into a damn hotel. And then now this one man owns this town and complains constantly about how America is not great and needs to be great. Like when you go by this place, you go, what in the hell is his problem? He lives there. And he's constantly angry like America needs to be great like it used to be in the past. At the end of those speeches, he sleeps in that thing and drives in there that is like heaven in there. And the walls just keep going at this place. Go ahead.
I got more on it.
Please.
Donald Trump learned about the estate after unsuccessfully trying to purchase and combine 2 apartments in Palm Beach for his family. He offered the Post family $15 million for it, but they rejected it. Trump purchased the land between Mar-a-Lago and the ocean from Jack C. Macy, the former owner of KFC, for $2 million, stating he intended to build a home that would block Mar-a-Lago's beach view. The threat caused interest in the property to decline, and Trump ended up getting the property for $7 million.
Ooh, he's a snake. You would think he would have no complaints about America. You think he would say, well, listen, America is the greatest place on the planet. I live in Mar-a-Lago. This is the greatest country on the planet Earth. Instead, he's angry and bitter and hateful and resentful of this country that gave him that through all of his cheating. What does this prove of? That is 15 minutes from here, Mar-a-Lago. It's 15 minutes from where you're sitting. And when I told the woman at the hotel where I was going, she said, woo. That happened. I showed her the address. She said, oh, you going in the hood. Talking about this school right now. That's where we're sitting right now. She said, oh, you going in the hood. Because Mar-a-Lago is 15 minutes from here. 15 minutes. Do you understand that? We are in everlasting chains. Everlasting. Here we are still. Donald Trump is angry about how white people are doing in America. And he lives in Mar-a-Lago. You live in a place that no one would even drive down your street. No one would even go to where you live at all without having courage. That's a chain. It's tied around your neck. It's everywhere you go. Your father, your mother had the same chain. Your grandmother, your grandfather had the same burden. And here we are with that burden today. Everlasting darkness. Everyone gets it. Come on.
I wanted a little commentary on those 2 statements that he made this past week.
Forget about it.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Maybe we have 7 questions.
I'm gonna get to you, Kubal Salaki, but what you're saying is true as hell. Go ahead.
The first question is from Kyle Walters. Salakia, sir, I have a question. When it comes to men commenting and liking Instagram models' promiscuous videos and pictures, isn't that being lustful / sinning?
Okay, you mean pushing thumbs up on a picture? Yeah, that's not a sin. That's not a sin. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. Okay, it is not a sin to push thumbs up on an Instagram model's picture. That's not a sin. There is no scripture against that. Nor is there a scripture against being attracted to a woman. That is not a sin. I don't know what in the hell where you get that from. Oh, I remember church. Right. That's where you get that from. It just came to me. Church teaches men that they are not allowed to be attracted to a woman. That it's wrong. Come on.
And then Kirk Franklin twerks.
And then Kirk Franklin twerks. Says, I don't know. The whole reason that your husband had sex with you is because he likes girls.
Right.
Right. And you got to remember that. If he doesn't like girls, then of course he wouldn't like you because you're a girl. Right? So he likes girls. So you know that about him. Because how? Because that's how he got you. Because he looks at girls and he's attracted to girls. It is not a sin to be attracted to a girl. That's not a sin. What's a sin? It's a sin to have sex with a woman who has a man. That's a sin. It's a sin to be with a prostitute. It's a sin to go down and to have sex with some promiscuous woman, with some woman who's a prostitute, who's a, some type of, I'm trying not to use the words to get me cut off again, but you get the point. Go ahead.
Would that be a whoremonger?
A whoremonger is a pimp. The word monger means purveyor or seller of. You have a fishmonger, a fruitmonger. It's Old English. A whoremonger is a whore seller. You get my point? Find the precept about whoremongering. I believe Christians teach that whoremongering is having sex with women. It is not. Whoremongering is being what we would call today a pimp. It is not a sin for your husband to push thumbs up on a picture. That's not a sin. Now, with that said, with it being said that it's not a sin, it is immature. Do you understand? No, I'm fine. It's immature to do that. Right? It's kind of, you're a kid. That's the best thing where I can explain it to you. If you're a brother and you're like, ooh, I like you, thumbs up, hoes, thumbs up. You're a child. You're childish. You understand? Because of course, she's not going to meet you. You're never going to talk to her. You're not going to get to take her out on a date. You just want to let her know, I see you. I think you're pretty. And then she'll go, oh, he thinks I'm pretty. And then that's that. So you're a child. It's a childish thing to do. Have you sinned? No. There are some things that brothers do that are just childish because they're childish. You understand? They're immature. You don't want to have sex with him. You complain to me about it? I didn't tell you to do it. That's your man. Stand by him. All right, you picked him, right? All right, he's childish. He's a kid. Forget about the video games. I'll go on that for 15 minutes. About the video games. He's on for 15 hours a day. Is it a sin? No, it's not a sin to be on a video game for 15 hours. No, it's immature. It's an immature thing to do, but it's not a sin. And so many sisters, your problem really is you got too much insecurity. And that insecurity is just going to hurt you. You just constantly, you constantly just are threatened by other women. And that's immature. You understand, sisters, right? If you're constantly threatened, he pushed thumbs up on a stranger's video he's never seen, never met her, will never meet her. It's like going to Beyonce and going, thumbs up, Beyonce. He's not dating Beyonce. He's never going to meet Beyonce. It's imaginary in his mind, but he pushes thumbs up. That to you feels like he cheated on you. It's because you are immature yourself. So you see her getting attention because of the thumbs up, and that attention makes you feel threatened. And women feeling threatened just causes so much evil in your life. Both of you should just grow the hell up. right? He pushes thumbs up on strangers' posts as if, you know, this is a relationship now. He should grow up. You should stop acting like pushing thumbs up means he married her. Both of you should stop being so stupid. I've tried to make you not be dumb. I've failed at that. You are an idiot. You and your husband. You and your wife are dumb. Is that simple enough to understand? All right, that's why you do the things you do. All right, you just do the things you do because you're unintelligent. Now, I would have you marry someone that's intelligent, but you didn't. You understand? You married a dumb woman, and she married a dumb man. So now what? You got to make your peace with your decision. He plays on his phone and thumbs up strangers. You look at it and feel all mad because she got a thumbs up. Both of you are 5. Can I move on? Next question. Go ahead.
All right. In the book of Ecclesiasticus 12:4, it says, "Give to the godly man and help not a sinner."
Mm-hmm.
But then Christ says to give to the poor.
That's correct.
I just wanted the general breakdown on that. So, yeah.
You want to give it a shot? It's right in front of you. Go ahead.
Because you give to the poor, that doesn't mean that they're sinners.
Mm-hmm. That's correct too. It's different in the context completely, right? You read the one about give to the godly man and not to the sinner. That's in the Apocrypha, right? Read above it and below it. I'll explain. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 12
Mm-hmm.
and verse. Well, you want me to start at 1? It's in verse
Go ahead. I'll take it. Go ahead.
12:1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it.
I stop right there. When you will do good, know to whom you do the good. Keep going.
So shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits.
Mm-hmm. So read that part one more time.
So shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits.
Meaning, because you did something good for a good person, you will be thanked for your benefit because you did a good thing for a good person. Continue. And you have to know the person before you do something for them so that you can know that this is a good person and giving them something will be a good benefit to me, right? I'll be thanked because he's good. So he'll be thankful that I did something good for him or for her. Continue.
Verse 2, do good to the godly man,
Mm-hmm.
and thou shalt find a recompense.
Keep going.
And if not from him, yet from the Most High.
Keep going.
There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil.
Keep going.
Nor to him that giveth no alms.
Keep going. Now to him that does what?
Giveth no alms.
Meaning if you're someone that doesn't help anyone, no good can come to you. And if you're someone that is always occupied in evil, no good can come to you. Keep going.
Give to the godly man,
Mm-hmm.
and help not a sinner.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get to the part. I'm looking for the part where if you bring a sinner into your home, they bring the sin with them. This is the precept you need. For time's sake, I'm gonna have to give it to you, right? There's a precept that goes with this that's speaking about brothers and sisters in the truth and bringing them into your house, right? There's a level of help that you cannot give someone in the world. And then there's a level of help that you must give to people in the world. And the context of these scriptures let you know the difference. For instance, a food program. You hand someone some bread, right? A piece of bread, $1 in a cup at a gas station. Things like that are good for you because you're doing something for the poor. Christ said this. Give me this precept too. Where Peter said, how can I say, be thou healed if thou art hungry? First, I must give you food, and then I can give you the truth, or then I can say be healed. It's in the New Testament, meaning if people are hungry, then what difference does it make if you tell them repent or change when they're starving? So first you got to feed them so that that need can be satisfied. Then we can work on the needs that are larger and more spiritual. But it doesn't work if the person is starving to death. You get the point. You have it up? Okay, go ahead.
So you're saying, do we have to know the people to help them out?
You have to know there is a kind of help that you do have to know them. And then there's a kind of help that you don't, which is why these precepts seemingly contradict each other when they don't. Because there's a help that you give alms to the poor, which is why it just used it right here. There's a help that's meaning there's a help that's bread, $1, an old shirt that you don't use anymore. Then there's moving him into your house because they're homeless. Then there's the big help. Well, if you do that to the wrong person, it's going to be a mistake. So you got to do both. You got to help people who you don't know that they're good people. All you know is that they're poor, right? Then there's the big help that you can only do to someone that you know. Do you understand? You got to know them. But of course, alms to the poor are to thousands of people that Christ didn't know. When he's out there helping them and feeding them and healing them and doing everything he did with them, he doesn't know them. He just knows this man has palsy. Christ healed a brother who had cerebral palsy, whose arms were withered. He healed them and walked away. He healed hundreds of people. So many people, a lot of them are not even in the Bible. He doesn't know these people, but he knows they're sick. Then there was a help he gave the 12 disciples, which was a totally different kind of help. Do you understand? That it's different. He took those brothers who were with him. Remember, there's a scripture where these brothers stayed with him all day, learned with him all day. And he numbered them in ranks, 5,000 of them, and fed those 5,000 with the fish and with the loaves that he multiplied, but with his power. Then there's help that he's given the brother over here who's blind, and the help he's given this person, and help he's given a whore. Remember, there was a woman that was about to be stoned to death. And he intervened and showed the people who were going to stone her that they were just as wicked as her. And then he didn't stone her. He knew she was a whore. He still helped her. You get my point? It's it's context. So does that mean you should never put $1 in a cup at a brother at a gas station? No. You should put that $1 in that cup. You don't want to do it because you are just wicked. You're wicked, so you don't want to help any poor person because in your mind, you're jealous of his poverty. You think somebody should be putting dollars in your cup. You're jealous. So you want to get a job. You stand around the gas station all day. Well, I got to go to work all day. Nigga, quit your job and stand at the gas station. Quit and get out there with a cup. So that now you can finally be living the dream of getting free money in a cup at a gas station. Give them the $1. It's nothing. The I.S.U.P.K, of course, we have food programs, clothing programs. We help poor people that we don't know. Damn right. And then there's the help we give you. Oh, we don't do that for everyone. Do you understand? The thing that we do for you, we do not do for the people at the food program and at the clothing giveaway. We don't give them what we give you. You understand? Come on. Go ahead.
Should we concern ourselves with what they do and say we give them money with it? Should we concern ourselves about what they do with the $1 or $2, $3 or whatever? Like if you like you say somebody standing at the corner shop, and most likely he's gonna go buy a 6-pack of beer, or he's gonna go buy drugs. Should we concern ourselves with giving them the money if we? I don't know if we say we know he's gonna go do it, but most of the time he's gonna go do that.
Okay, let's say you are concerned with what he's gonna do with it. Then what do you do? Let him answer.
If he say he wants something to eat, go buy the food for him.
You go to the store and you buy the food for him.
Yeah.
But now, of course, since you bought food for him, he has more money for crack. Doesn't he?
So you don't give him.
So then what do you do then? You get the point? Like, let's say, so you like, okay, I'm not going to give you the money, but I'm going to give you the fried chicken. Okay, then now, since you've given me fried chicken, I can use my money for crack. Right? You ain't outsmarting him. You think you outsmarting him, right? Oh, yeah, just give me the chicken, no problem. I take the chicken. Now I can save this money for crack cocaine because I've eaten today. This is what you should do, you should give him the money because you're a good person, not because he is.
Right.
You understand? That's why we're giving out the money, because we're good, right? Right? Because I know that I must give alms to the poor, because no good can come to me if I don't give alms to the poor. Now, I cannot help a sinner. That's a whole different kind of help. It's a different help. Give me the one. It's in the Apocrypha. It's right around here. When you bring them into your home, you bring a sinner into your home. So many of you won't put $1 in a man's cup, but you'll move that wicked cousin into your house. Yeah, tell me you don't. You move that nasty right in your house, sleeping on your couch. Now here they go. You move somebody into the world in your home. Some old nutty uncle you have that's going to touch your wife and touch your kids. But you won't put $1 in a bum's cup. But here comes your cousin Jimmy. He need a place to stay. He need a couch to sleep on. Again. And now you move him right into your home, General Mahayaman.
Jimmy's finding weed smoke out your window.
Oh my goodness. Right. I mean, my God, could you stop doing that? Could you stop opening up your door for your evil family members who are going to ruin your life? That kind of help you can give a sinner, because that help affects you. It does not affect you if you give a bum $1 and he smokes crack. It does nothing to you. It will affect you if you move your uncle, your cousin into your house and let him sleep on your couch. That absolutely will affect you, brother.
So like you, sir, someone asked, LB asked, people of other nations, we give to them too?
Absolutely. Why not? The kingdom of heaven is going to be us taking care of them, feeding them. Let me ask you a question. Do they give to us? All of our food comes from white people. Do white people love us? But they still give us food? Do we love white people? No. And we still give them food. You know, does that make sense to you? Does that understand? Right. What I'm trying to, you'll see one day. The problem now is you're a slave, and whoever you help, you think you help this person, you think it's love. Right? You think I have to love them to give them welfare, to give them public schools. You get public schools from white people. All of your food, forget about Section 8.
Right.
Everything in your life you get from white people, and white people hate you.
Right.
The kingdom of heaven, we are going to give them everything. You understand? Everything. All right? It just that should be easy to understand. I don't know what else I can do for you. Go ahead.
I got a scripture you want.
Please.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest.
I think that's the one he pulled up. I wonder one if thou bring him under thy roof. If thou bringest a sinner under thy roof, I'm probably misparaphrasing it.
Same chapter.
You bring him into your house, the evil will come into your home with him. Give it a shot.
12 and 14. Come. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, will pity. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
For a while he will abide with thee, stay with you. But if you begin to fall, he will stop staying with you. He will not wait with you if you begin to fall. He's with you because he needs a place to stay. We used to call it in the truth being baptized for a bed. So many people they join the truth because they need your help. You understand? They're homeless. They don't have anything. So now they join the school trying to get some help. So what do? We're proving them to make sure that they're not that kind of person. So now we make them go through all of these things, Hebrew Academy, this and that, a trooper, giving them orders and doing all kinds of stuff, just to drive them out to school before we give them the big help. And the big help is always coming, right? If someone stays around long enough, before you know it, they're going to need help. That is a sacrifice for us to make. And you want to get them out of here before that if they're not worthy of it. That's the kind of help that you give someone that you know who he is. You know the type of person he is. Now he's earned this kind of help. Then there's $1 that you give a bum. And there's an old shirt that your wife can't fit anymore that you give somebody at a damn food program that affects you not at all.
Right.
In no way at all. Other than you making sure that you're taking care of people who have less than you. And that's that. All right, come on.
Salakia, sir. Is that why Christ gave the coin to the?
Give him a hand. Correct. That's why Christ healed a white woman, the same white woman he just called a dog. He called her a dog and then healed her daughter. Brothers and sisters, we're going to provide every need for white people one day. Every need. They're not going to be able to survive without our help. They're going to need our help to live every day. That day is coming. So you should prepare yourself. We are. Right now, if you're poor and you're white, we're going to help you, not because of who you are, but because of who we are. We don't want people to be poor and starve to death of any race. That means we should be in charge. That means we should be the people that run this planet, because you would starve us. You would hurt us. So why don't we rule the world? Because we won't let white people under our authority starve. We won't let Chinese people under our authority starve. Do you think that we let the things that they let happen to us? Do you think we would ever do that to them? We would not do that ever. So then we should be in charge, not them. Come on. General Cabal, you're in the back, right?
You got to keep them alive so you can get double. It says that they're going to,
You got to have some of them around. Some of them got to be here. Correct. Somebody got to work. Anything else? I'm sorry, sister.
Sir, I had a question.
Please.
There's 2 scriptures in the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and it mentions espousal and betrothal,
Mm-hmm.
but it mentions husband and wife as well. So, like, is that marriage?
Mm-hmm.
The scriptures are Deuteronomy 20 and 7,
We'll read, okay? What's the other one?
and Deuteronomy 22, verse 23.
Solid. We'll get them down right now, right? I gotta do my color purple too in a minute. Okay, let's do these questions. Let me see if I wrapped up the ones online as well. All right. I read the scripture for the priest, for the sister, please. See me one more time, please. Whoever has it, let's read it quickly.
20, verse 7.
20 and 7, please. If you have it, whoever has it can read it. You got it up.
Deuteronomy 20, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And what man is there that has betrothed a wife and has not taken her?
Mm-hmm.
Let him go and return into his house.
I'll explain. Betrothing a wife is the process of marrying a woman. Part of that process is betroth. It's the part that comes before the sex, right? Betroth is like engagement. I'm sorry. It's like an engagement. You get my point? Let me give you the whole scenario. It's how marriages happen right now in the UPK. It's the old way of getting married. A long time ago, your father would choose who you married, right? Your father would know this brother, know him, examine him, right? And vet him, make sure that he's of the proper stock that he should be from. Comes from a good family, a family your father knows, a family close to your father, right? And then he would arrange a marriage. That time of arranging it is the betrothal time, the time before you're actually, you had sex with him, but you're promised to him from the father. The father has said, throughout a warrior, if you don't mind, the father has said, I choose this man to marry my daughter. Now, usually in that time, you weren't married because the husband, the future husband, that's it, was getting together the dowry. Meaning he had to pay to marry you. The precept you need is when Jacob married Laban's daughter. Someone pull up for the sister, all right? There was his brother named Laban, and he had a daughter. What was her name? Rachel? Who was the first one? Was it Rachel and Rebecca? Leah and Rebecca, the water sister. He wanted to marry, I think, Leah, right? He wanted to marry her. The father said, yes, you can marry her, but you have to work for me for 7 years. Those 7 years was their betrothal time. She couldn't go marry another man because the father already said, you are going to marry her after you work for me for 7 years. So for 7 years, she was betrothed to him. That's betrothal. The 7 years was up, a whole mess happened. He married the older daughter. Then later on, he got both of them. You get the point, right? But that 7 years is the time when she was promised, but she was not given away yet. So the time when you promise a woman to a man before he actually takes possession, that time is called a betrothal time. All right, you're betrothed to him. She's betrothed to him. He's betrothed to her. You get the point. All right, read the next one. What was the other one she asked for?
Deuteronomy, and it's chapter 22 and verse 23.
Deuteronomy 22 and 23.
Deuteronomy 22, verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and the man find her in the city and lie with her. 24.
You get what's happening right here? This woman is already promised to another man. So imagine that's that 7 years with the other brother.
Right.
So she's promised to him, but some other man has found her and had sex with her.
So like on the promise thing, is that equivalent to two, like in the school, two a brother and a sister courting?
That's exactly. In the UPK, we call that the courtship. If you and another brother are courting, you're betrothed to him, meaning you've been already promised to this brother. This brother cut me off. I knew it. Live age restricted. I don't know what the hell. Somebody got to look this up for me.
You started talking about sex, you know.
Of course. So what was I going to say? So let me catch up. I don't know what it is. I think I'm still on, but you're in a courtship. So you can't court another man. You can't court two men. So if you're already courting this brother, you can't court someone else. You've been promised to him. Now, he hasn't taken possession yet, right? He's going to have to give up some money. That's what he'll have to do. And he'll be vetting. He'll be proving himself. You'll be proving yourself. You might decide that you don't want to marry each other. No problem. No sweat. He hasn't paid any money at all for you. Everything is okay. You can end it. But you can't court another brother. You can't court two brothers at the same time. You get the point? In this scenario, this woman is promised to another man, right? And then she has sex with someone else. Keep going.
Verse 24. Then you shall bring them both out unto the gates of the city, and you shall stone them with stones.
And you got killed for that. You get the point. Why? That's the law, but what's the spirit of the law? What's the spirit? Why? Why is she getting unalived? She's not married to him. She's not his wife. She is betrothed to him. She's promised to him. Her father and him have made an agreement, and she had sex with someone else that didn't make an agreement. That it was not vetted by her father. Her father hasn't made sure that he comes from a good family, from good stock. She had sex with him for what reason?
Her father had authority over her, so she wasn't supposed to do that.
Why did she do it?
A rebellious spirit?
Think simpler, sister.
She was a whore.
She was a whore.
Right.
Give her a hand.
Right.
Speaking of the color purple.
Right.
Yeah, she was a whore. Let me tell you something, and this is so important. Some of you sisters have young daughters, and you better make sure they understand this. This world wants to turn a woman into a thing of pleasure that has no meaning. Right. That's what they want you to be. They want your daughter to be that. They don't want you to have a mind. They don't want you to think. They don't want you to consider yourself something important. They want you to be a thing that makes people, that give people pleasure, and then they can throw you away. And this father is treating this daughter like she's important. You understand? She matters. To marry her, you better give me 200 shekels of silver, 10 goats, work for me for 7 years. Why? Because that's my daughter. She's precious to me. You're going to have to treat her like she's valuable, like she's not a thing that makes men happy, but she's a person that some man loves. Some father has taken great care over her to make sure that she's decent and honorable and witty and intelligent. This world wants you to be a thing that makes men happy so they can throw you away. Precept officers. It's in the Old Testament. It's in Deuteronomy. I just damn near described everything to you. You should be able to pull it up, officer.
For men married 2 wives.
Think about what I just said. A thing that makes men happy. That's what they want her to be. It's in Deuteronomy, a bottle of wine. That's in the Bible. That's what they want a woman to be. I'll show it to you in 1 second. A woman that goes out and she just has sex with some man, she's a slut. And if you let the sluts live, everyone becomes one. Because those sluts will get all the thumbs up. They'll get all the likes. Do you understand? They'll get all the attention, and then they'll be thrown away like garbage. And men want that. Men absolutely want you to be trash. It's their desire. I'll show you in the Bible. You have what I want? A bottle of wine and a boy for a harlot. That's what you need.
Is it in Joel?
I don't think so. I think it's in Deuteronomy or Exodus, I want to say. General Mayak.
Got similar one in Leviticus.
I think that's the one.
1929.
I think that's the one, General Mayak. Tell them where it is.
Leviticus 19 and 29.
Go ahead.
Leviticus.
Someone else will get it for you, Mike. Go ahead.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Do not do what?
Prostitute thy daughter.
Do not prostitute thy daughter. Don't make your daughter a whore. That was commonly done. Why? Because we were poor. So if you're poor enough, you know you have something in your home that everybody wants. There is no woman that cannot have sex with any man she wants. If you're a woman, you could have sex with the president. You could do it. Ask Monica Lewinsky. I wish I had a big TV screen to show you what Monica Lewinsky looked like. You should see her. Monica Lewinsky was just something that was around the president and he had sex with her.
Right.
Because if you're a woman, you can have sex with any man. I don't care who the hell he is. I don't care how famous he is, how rich he is. He will have sex with you. He will do it. You absolutely could have that. And you want to kind of teach little girls that so they're not surprised by the attention. You're a woman. You could go be with an astronaut, the president, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, every little rapper you see on TV, or Barack Obama, whoever. It doesn't even matter who, because he will have sex with you because you're a woman. Everyone understands. And when you're poor, well, people realize that. They know they have something that they can sell. They absolutely can sell. Keep going.
Lest the land fall to hoarding.
But if that is this a bottle of wine, Mayak?
No, this is
Okay, that's the one I need. This is an excellent precept. But let me get the bottle of wine to make you have more you want to read.
The Joel 3.
Okay, is that the one Joel Salaki, I believe? Go ahead. Go ahead. I think that's the one the sister said, I believe. Go ahead and read that up.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
Mm-hmm.
They have given a boy for an harlot.
They have given a boy for a what?
For a harlot.
For a harlot, meaning a boy is equal with a harlot. So you take a boy and you turn him into something you gamble with. He's nothing. What will he? I'll sell this boy for a prostitute. Now this child who was a boy, now he's a prostitute. They do that all the time in the music business. Right. They'll take you and now your son is now someone that Puff Diddy can have. Right. Someone that Kirk Franklin can have. Someone, anybody who has money can take my son and now have sex with him. Why? Because I need money and this man is rich. So now I'll sell my son to be a whore. That happens all the time on the streets, and it happens in the music business, which you know about these from it coming up on your phone. Come on.
Some of the sports figures as well.
Oh, forget about it. Sports figures, some old coach is going to have sex with your son. R. Kelly, those girls he had, the parents gave those children to him. The parents. The parents said, listen, all right, no problem. You can have it. We need money. Take my son. Take Usher. I'm Usher's father. You can have him. You can have Usher. You can do what you want with Usher. They would sell a boy for a harlot. Keep going.
And sold a girl.
Sold the what?
A girl.
Sold the what?
A girl.
And sold a girl. Keep going.
For wine.
For what?
For wine.
Sisters, this is hard to understand because of what the world teaches women. You want something? Go ahead.
I just want to give you a time check.
Please.
It's 9:20.
Well, let me know when we got to end it. All right, just tell me. All right. This world wants you to be something that men could just drink up, throw away, or just spill on the floor. Like you're just nothing. It just makes them happy. That's that. They can get drunk off of you. They can share you with their friends. You understand? You're just nothing. You just don't matter. They'll spill you on the floor. And that's what men want. They want that. They don't want to look at you as something that has to be valued or cared for or considered at all. You are for fun. That's it. You're a bottle of wine. We all get drunk on you. We'll pass you around to all of our friends. We'll spill you on the floor and leave you there. And that is what men want women to be. It is their base desire to not look at some woman like she's something valuable, but to consider her a bottle of wine. And there's only one man that won't let that happen, and that's your father. He won't allow that. You understand? He's a man too, right? He is just as aggressive as those men that want to turn you into a whore. He's more aggressive to make sure you're not.
Right.
And that's what this whole law is about. That's why if a woman does this, she gets stoned. The man gets stoned. Because if not, a woman will be a bottle of wine to be shared with everyone. And you don't want that. Everyone understands. Let me go into the color purple for the time check. All right, clap it up. Let me show you something. This goes directly into our topic of the color purple. The color purple came, what do you have? Just give me whatever you have for the color purple, all right? And you got to read it. The color purple, right? Let me just explain it to you in time, right? There was a book a long time ago written by this woman named Alice Walker, right? Alice Walker married a man named Marvin, Jewish name. Okay. Losenthal, Ribbenthal, Seventhal, Jehovahwitz, Jerry Seinfeld, right? She married him. Now, her and her husband got one of the first interracial marriage licenses in the state of Mississippi, right? After that, she wrote a book called The Color Purple. Now, I want to first read what she said about this book. Do you have that?
I have the article you said. Steven Spielberg says.
Not that next. Okay. Give me Alice Walker. Lesbianism in The Color Purple by Alice Walker. All right. That's what you need, all right? Alice Walker then wrote this book called The Color Purple, and then they began to ask her, what is this book about? Alice Walker said, the book is about lesbianism. That's what the book is about. That's the point of the book, lesbianism. During a time when you couldn't really talk about lesbianism. But Alice Walker believed that lesbianism was the perfect alternative to dealing with the kind of men that she knew in her life. That she knew men that were cruel and evil and men who abused women. And she believed that lesbianism was the cure for that. Because then, of course, you could get attention, you could get kisses without having to be with this monster who took your innocence when you were 9. Do you get my point? All right? Tell me what you have. Tell me what you got.
I have the Walker Spielberg.
Not that. Next. I might read it for you. All right. It's all right. Let me see. I'll get them for you real fast. I'm going to read this for you. Okay, I got so much of this. There's a ton of good stuff. Okay. Okay. First, do you have Whoopi Goldberg?
I have Lesbianism in the Color Purple by Alice Walker.
That's the one I asked you about. Do you also have Whoopi Goldberg? You play Whoopi Goldberg and started from when? Do you know when it started? It said you're going to start it at 1:21. Now this is an interview that Whoopi Goldberg did back after the Color Purple, the first Color Purple movie came out. Right? I started it from 1 minute and 21 seconds. Can they hear it if you play it?
Yes, sir.
Listen very carefully. All right, go ahead.
1 minute and 26 seconds.
1 minute and 21 seconds. Go ahead.
1 second. I can get a second to just skip to it.
No, sir. All right, then I'll go to the other one. Yeah, lesbianism in the Color Purple. I'll go to that. Okay. Here we go. This is Lesbianism in the Color Purple by Alice Walker essay. This is an essay she wrote about lesbianism in the Color Purple. Okay, introduction. All right. The epistory novel, Color Purple, is a story of resilience and great transformation where the author gives a lot of ideas, relationships of friendship, oppressive domination, courage, and the quest for independence. I'm going to skip down. As a child, she is sexually assaulted, right, by the stepfather and has 2 children with the stepfather. These experiences make her more inclined to a bisexual life, especially one she meaning Celie has with Shug Avery, Mr.'s mistress. This relationship brings one aspect of lesbianism that is expressed in the book. Meaning what? Because she was assaulted as a child by her stepfather, it brings her into lesbianism, which proves everything that Commanding General Yahanna has taught us about sexuality true. What do they say now about sexuality? Who knows? They say you're what? Born gay. Everyone says that now. In this essay, in this book, they're saying because she was assaulted, it made her open to bisexuality. That is true. Then that means you're not born gay then.
Right.
You're gay because of trauma. According to Alice Walker. You're going to go see the movie. According to Alice Walker, this assault from her stepfather changed her sexuality. I thought you couldn't change that. I thought your sexuality was how you were born. That's a lie. That's a lie. That man made you a lesbian. He did it. He made you gay. According to Alice Walker, not according to me. Mr. made Celie gay. He did it. He assaulted her, and because of that, she's gay. That is a fact. Now, what does that prove? That proves what we teach is correct. Because this world tells you what? That you're born that way. You're not. You're not. You're that way because of him. He decided what your sexuality would be. Everyone understands, right? You have the video yet? Let me know when you're ready. Play it, please.
Me and should make out. They just weren't.
Nice.
One kiss is all you get. You know, we didn't really talk about the fact that she was a but people on because the NAACP, then people were mad that we didn't make the book exactly. But it's like, you know, that's 1984. Nobody was going to let me and Suge make out. They just weren't. One kiss is all you get. You know, we didn't really talk about the fact that she was a lesbian. We didn't talk about it because 84, we could say the word lesbian. Remember, you couldn't say it in the children's hour.
Let me tell you, you can pause it out. So many black women who saw the first Color Purple, they loved the movie. You love the movie because they did not show you the lesbianism in the book because they didn't feel they could, which is what Oprah Winfrey is trying to say. She's trying to say they wanted to really make it a lesbian movie, which is what it is. But Steven Spielberg didn't want to put it in the movie. So what do? You get one kiss with Shug Avery and Oprah Celie. But the book, I'm about to read it in 2 seconds. It's a lesbian book to promote lesbianism, but the movie doesn't really show it. So many black women almost just forget about that kiss like it was just, you know, a weak moment. It was mild because they didn't want to put the full lesbian in that movie that the book has. Give me the one I asked for, then go back to the one I was just reading.
Steven Spielberg.
Not that yet. Give me the one. Oh, I'm sorry. Play Steven Spielberg. You're right.
All right, come. Second. Steven Spielberg says he softened lesbian sex in Color Purple.
Say it one more time.
Steven Spielberg says he softened lesbian sex in Color Purple.
Steven Spielberg softened it. Steven Spielberg is who produced and directed the first Color Purple. He didn't want to show it, you know, make it lesbian like it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a full-out lesbian pornography, but he wouldn't let it be that, and he's going to explain why. Come on.
Salaki, you know it's bad if a devil trying to tone it down.
Ain't that something? The devil saw the lesbian thing like, God, that's too much lesbian. He's going to say it right here, too, what the brother just said. Go ahead, read it.
Steven Spielberg says he was the wrong director to acquit some of the more sexually honest encounters.
Steven Spielberg said, I couldn't even direct a movie this nasty. It was so nasty, I was the wrong director for it, really. I wasn't nasty enough. Go ahead.
He turned down some money, baby.
Yes. Go ahead, keep reading.
Was the wrong director to acquit some of the more sexually honest encounters between Suge and Celie in The Color Purple. During an interview with Entertainment Weekly, the 1985 film adaptation of Alice Walker's acclaimed novel gave Spielberg an opportunity to stretch from blockbusters such as Jaws, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and E.T. That cemented his reputation as the most successful filmmaker of all time. He now addresses this criticism he received for directing the African-American story and admits to softening the lesbian relationship in his adaptation of The Color Purple to a single kiss.
That's it. The book is about nothing but these men are so evil. We need to kiss and have sex with each other because men are so evil. He didn't have the heart, the stomach to do it, so he just had him kiss one time. But the book is a lesbian book. It's about that. That's the point of the movie or the book. Now go back to the one about that Alex, what's her name? Alice Walker wrote. Skip down to Main Body.
All right, the Walker Spielberg tandem?
Yeah. You want to go back to the one I told you about with the essay from Alice Walker about lesbianism.
Lesbianism and the
Now you want to see the title and it says Main Body. Scroll down.
Okay, kind of.
Okay, now you're gonna scroll down to lesbianism can occur.
Kind of. Share this screen. All right. Lesbianism can occur to the woman who live or work, to the women who live or work together in a platonic or a more emotional level.
Man, Alice Walker is saying that lesbianism can just occur with women that work together on a platonic level because they're so emotional. Meaning, so many girls think they're lesbians simply because they're emotional. Because you cry so much and you're moved by so much and everything makes you feel so much. So because your feelings are so raw, you could just be a lesbian because you're emotional. Because you want to be hugged. Because you want somebody to cry with and to talk to you and to hug you. It has nothing to do with born sexuality. It's simply because you're emotional. That's what Alice Walker said. That's what I'm reading, what she said just now, which is in the book, which is the point. Skip down to the next part, the next paragraph.
The second lesbian relationship of revolt against oppression.
Read that one more time.
The second lesbian relationship.
Listen carefully. You got one where it's just women that are lesbians simply because they're emotional, because they're crying, They're lonely. They both need affection. Let's just give each other affection because these men have hurt us when we were children. Here's the second type that Alice Walker was teaching in the movie. Keep going.
The second lesbian relationship of revolt against oppression is also vivid in the life of many characters.
So this second part is vivid in many characters in the book and the movie The Color Purple. Keep going.
The ladies provide emotional strength to each other to ward off male chauvinism.
The ward off what?
Ward off male chauvinism.
So, and the book is trying to show you that if you want to come against male chauvinism, you got to be a lesbian. It helps you fight all this male chauvinist power. It helps you fight that off to be I thought you were lesbian because you were born like that. I thought you were lesbian because you were just born that way. That's how you're wired sexually. Come to find out, you're a lesbian just to fight men. Just to fight men, you're a lesbian. According to Alice Walker, that's why you're a lesbian. Alice Walker is telling you the truth. This is true. Trauma makes lesbians. Trauma, being abused, being hurt. So now because you're abused and hurt, you're emotional. You get more emotional. She's been abused and hurt. Who abused you? Men. Let's rebel against it by kissing each other and rubbing each other to death. That'll show them. That'll teach them their lesson. Keep going.
The contrast that existed between them.
Where you at again?
It's like right there, the male chauvinism.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, you can see Shug's with male chauvinism.
Yes.
Shug. Okay, skip down to Shug and Seeley's relationship is most pronounced. Go ahead.
Is that in the same paragraph?
Is right under main body. Is in lesbianism can occur. Skip down. You'll see a period, and you'll see Shug on the other. Shug in a no, hold on, not that. Shug and Seeley's relationship is the most pronounced. Go ahead.
Shug and Seeley's relationship is the most pronounced in the book. When Seeley first sees Shug in the photograph.
In a photograph. Now Seeley is a Whoopi, right? Shug is like this beautiful showgirl.
If I could, in the movie, Shug told Whoopi, "You show is ugly."
Yeah, that's what we're about to read right now.
Right.
Here's another thing that makes lesbians. It makes them, according to Alice Walker, the belief that you are ugly. If you believe you're ugly, if you're insecure, then you'll become a lesbian. Not because you're born that way, but because you have low self-esteem, according to Alice Walker. Keep going.
When Seeley first sees Shug in a photograph, she remarks that the most beautiful woman I ever saw.
Seeley saw Shug Avery, and she said, "That's the most beautiful woman I ever saw." Keep going.
Shug, on the other hand, initially insults Seeley as surely ugly.
Shug says, "You are ugly." Now, I need a sister to answer this question. Okay, this is important now. If you believe you're ugly, but you see this other woman and she is beautiful, and you think you're attracted to her, or sisters in the world, of course, think they're attracted to her. I'm trying not to give you the answer. What are they really attracted to? What's really happening? You see a woman and you go, "Boy, she has a beautiful body, beautiful face. Men like her." What are they really attracted to? Does anyone want to give it a shot? I'll take it online too. It's something that the author of this book understands. She gets it. Go ahead.
Attention.
No, not attention. Remember, she's ugly. You sure am ugly. She's ugly. She's not. Right? She's not ugly. I'm ugly. I'm ugly. She's not. You start a relationship with her because really, I'm trying not to give it to you. See if someone can answer online. 1 second, give them a shot. Online. Go ahead.
The idea of Black Authentic Truth says the idea of being that beautiful woman.
Give her a hand.
I think that's the brother in California.
Oh, give the brother a hand. You know what women are attracted to? You are really having a lesbian affair with your perfect self. She's you. You understand? You want to have sex with you, but the you that's beautiful. The you that men like. And you look at a woman, and because she's just like you, having sex with her is like loving you. Loving you. I'm going to tell you another thing that happens. If you have a mother that's cruel, that's evil, that never hugged you, that never touched you, you're going to find a big, rough, tough dyke that's going to be your mom. In prison, you're going to do what? If you've been to prison before, I know you haven't. You sisters haven't because you're so righteous. But in women's prison, what do you call her? Have you heard? Mom. That's what you call her.
Yeah.
You call her mom in prison. They call it, in women's prisons, they're families. You understand? That's mom. That's your mom. Right? You're looking for you. You understand? But the you that is not ugly, the you that is not too shy, the you that is not so ugly and stupid and boys don't like me because I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too ugly. Wow, look at her. She's everything I want to be. You're really trying to be with yourself. You understand? But the self that's better than you. It raises your self-esteem because she's a woman. She's you. According to Alice Walker, who wrote a whole book about being a lesbian. And then they made a movie out of it. Keep going.
In their first meeting, they became close. Makes Sealy begin to appreciate her work and engage in lesbianism. In other instances, when she arrives home for Christmas, they are
for what?
For Christmas.
Say again.
Christmas.
She arrived home for what?
For Christmas.
What was she there for?
Christmas.
But when she arrived home for Christmas, keep going.
They are left alone in the house. Suggs asked to stay warm in Sealy's bed with her.
Now that's going into the book. Let's go into that if we have a little time. If you got to roll, just roll, Akim, all right? We're going into the book now. Now give me some excerpts from the book. Do you have that?
1 second. You have okay, I have Whoopi Goldberg on the
Not that. We already went over that.
The one we just read with the lesbianism and color purple.
Not that. This is a straight up. It says you can tell it's an excerpt. It's highlighting like yellow.
Right. So like if you can look. This is it. This sir.
Yes. Let's go into that. This is the actual words in the book that Steven Spielberg didn't have the stomach to put in the movie. All right. Go ahead. So this is the scene. So they're home for Christmas. This is after, and the fact that Alice Walker made the woman call her ugly, it's just telling you Alice Walker just understands how women get like this. You know, if you believe you're ugly and unattractive, you absolutely can drift into lesbianism to feel pretty. You're a woman, you want to feel pretty. If you've been abused and sexually abused by a man, you need to feel important because you feel like you're nothing, right? Alice Walker understands that. Here's the actual wording in the book. Go ahead.
She said, like she's surprised. I kiss her back. Say, too. Us kiss and kiss till us can't hardly kiss no more. Then us touch each other.
Yeah, that's in there. This is the book.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg said, I can't deal with that. That's too much for me. I'm a white man in Hollywood, and that is just too much. We're not done. Keep going.
On the night that Suge and Silly first sleep together while their husbands are away. Silly tearfully confesses to Suge that her own father was the father of her baby.
She tells her, this man, you know, assaulted me and hurt me. And Suge, of course, is there to listen because she's a woman. She's sensitive. She's nothing like him, right? She's not a big, cruel animal, right? And she listens to her. Keep going.
Suge tells Silly that she loves her.
Oh, my goodness. Let me tell you something. This makes more gay men and more lesbians than you can imagine. Someone to just say, I love you. I love you. I care about you. You're beautiful. You don't have to be shy. Look at you. You're so pretty. This makes so many people come into the alternative lifestyle because they've never heard it before. You're not born like that. You needed love and affection. You need someone to care for you. You've never been cared for. So now someone that gives it to you, you'll give them sex simply because they're giving you the thing that you need, which is kindness that you've never had. You're not born like that. Trauma makes lesbians. Trauma. Who said so? Alice Walker. She said it. My stepfather is the father of my two children. This is what they said on the night they first slept with each other. This is what she told her. Keep going.
Suge tells Silly that she loves her, and her comfort soon turns physical. The two women allow their friendship to become sensual. Readers may hope that Silly, feeling safe and loved and honored by Suge, finally experiences the joy of sexual contact.
Why they do it? Because they're just that's how their bodies are born, being lesbians. Because she felt safe and loved and cared for. You're not born lesbian. No one is.
Right.
No one is. That child molester did that to you. That person that hurt you, that parent that never kissed you, never cared for you, that called you names, that was cruel to you. That's why you ended up a lesbian. That's the point. According to Alice Walker. According to her. You have any more?
That's it, sir.
Let me give you another one. Okay, and then I'm going to show you who really wanted you to be a lesbian. We're going to skip down. I got another one. This one is not highlight, but is it's the next one. Yeah, read the next one. It looks just like it, but it's not highlight.
All right.
Go ahead. Only time. Go ahead.
All right. Kind of sir. You want me to start at only time, sir?
This is another quote. Keep going.
Okay, I don't.
It's right here. It's right under it. Only time. It's in quote. It's a quotation. What do you have? It looks just like it, except it's not highlighted.
I have two, but
here you go, right there. Take that right there. Go ahead.
Only time I feel something stirring down there is when I think about Suge.
So now, after Suge has given her attention and kindness and compliments and love, remember, Suge made her dress up pretty, put a pretty, outfit on her. Made her look in the mirror at herself. Made her feel pretty for the first time in her life. Then she has sex with this woman, if you want to call that sex, right? And then now she's talking about it. Now, read it one more time.
The only time I feel love is when I'm with Suge.
Oh, no, you didn't say love. That's a lot. Only time I feel something stirring down there is a wording I believe you want. Go ahead.
Only time I feel something stirring down there is when I think about Suge. And that like running to the end of the road and it turned back on itself.
I mean, so she's like, and the only time she feels something stirring down there in the nether regions, in the low parts, it's like running to the end of the road. Like you're running and then the road stops. Right? That's like running to the end of a road and it turns back on itself. Meaning you never get there. You never get there because it's the end of the road and then it turns back. Keep going.
Silly admits that she feels sexually attracted to and aroused by Suge Avery, as opposed to what she feels when Mr. does his business.
Oh, when Mr. is on top of a breathing and grunting and drooling, you know, because he's a gorilla, right? She don't feel none of that. Is it because she likes women, or she doesn't like abuse, or she doesn't like to be treated like an animal, or she doesn't like to be belittled? It's not because of some chemical thing in her body. It's because of kindness that she doesn't get. And this person gives her kindness. Now she thinks she's born that way, and trauma made her that way. Let me give you another one. This is all nasty.
Yeah. This is the next quote.
You got something? Can you see it?
It says, "I look at her."
Okay, if you got it, I'll take it. Go ahead.
I look at her and touch it with my finger. I look at her and touch it with my finger. A little shiver go through me. Nothing much, but just enough to tell me this is the right button to mash. Maybe.
I hope y'all understand that. I can't go into it. That's the color purple. That's it. This is what the book is about. This is the real color purple. It is lesbian pornography. It's from a woman who was clearly abused in the 60s from some big gorilla black man. She went and ran into the arms of Melvin Steiperstein. And she knew that this type of abuse could run women into the arms of other women. It's the proof that lesbianism comes from trauma, not from your blood. It comes from trauma. Keep going.
With the help of Suge, Celie discovers her own sexuality by exploring and appreciating the more private parts of her body in a shame-free, inquisitive, and innocent way. Celie has never had the chance to enjoy her sexuality because she's been abused and viewed as an object her whole life.
I think she's making a point. I think it's done. I think I know that you're not born like that, right? I think you're not born like that. I think you were born into a family that had a child molester in it. Right. I think that you were born there. I think you were born to that kind of stepfather that your mother went out and picked. Right. I think you were born that way, but you weren't born lesbian, not according to the color purple. Right? The trauma made you like that. Now, give me the other thing. It says, I'm trying to give you the word. I'm gonna hand you my phone. So now what do we know from this? We know that being a lesbian has nothing to do with how you were born or that God made you like that. We know God did not make you like that. We know God didn't want you to be assaulted. God didn't want you to be assaulted as a child. And we know that the reason that you are lesbian is because you were assaulted as a child, right? Now, then who wanted you to be a lesbian? Someone wanted it. Does anyone want to give me the answer? It's right in front of, not a brother. See if some sister online wants to tell me who actually wanted her to be a lesbian. And I'm going to give you this for you to pull this up. Don't read it until I tell you, all right? See if a sister online can answer the question. Ooh, this is such a perfect thing right here. Hold on 1 second. I'm just trying to find it. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Check this out. Hold on. You're going to just read the title right here, right? And then you're going to read the answer, which is right down there. Okay, so the title and then the answer right there. Okay. So now we know that, you know, The Color Purple is a movie that hates men because, of course, there are so many women who have been abused by men, right? And we know this abuse creates lesbians, right? So if you're a woman who is a lesbian, right, because you were abused, you might believe now that you're a lesbian now, so you're free from those kind of men. And I just want to ask you, who wanted you to be a lesbian? How do you know he wanted you to be a lesbian? I just gave it to you. I'll show you. Read.
Come on. The title is Pornhub reveals most.
Say it again.
Pornhub.
Pornhub. All the brothers just trembled in their chair right now. Pornhub. My God, you don't know what the hell that is. Pornhub is something that these brothers and they be looking at, and this is what their wife caught checking in about with these thumbs up. All that they thumbs up in the hell out of that Pornhub. They giving that more likes than you could possibly, more likes than the stars in the sky. Pornhub is a pornography website, right? And Pornhub does what's the word for it? Pornhub does a survey of their most popular pornography, of the pornography that men love, that men can't do without. The pornography that Mr. loves, that your uncle loves, your cousin loves, your stepfather loves. Please read.
Come on. Pornhub reveals most popular 2022 searches, exposing what we get freaky watching.
This is what you get freaky watching. And should I even read it, or can I just stop? You know what men like, right? Yeah. You know what Mr. likes? You know what your uncle likes? You know what your stepfather likes? You know what that cousin likes? You know what that Catholic priest likes? You know what TD Jakes likes? Huh? Go ahead, read it.
Come on. Lesbian.
That's it. That is 85% of the searches on Pornhub. Do you know what that means? That the men that molest little girls, and little girls, because of their hatred of men, turn to lesbianism, and then that man watches that lesbianism for pornography. The same man that you're running from because he's Mr. and he's a big old gorilla and he's abusive and he hurts me. He then types in on a computer and watches all his victims give him just what he wants. He wanted you to become a lesbian. That was the point. The point was to hurt you enough so then he could turn you into the thing that makes him feel freaky and get freaky. You played into his hand, you idiot. That's what you did. You played into his hand. Instead of being strong, instead of fighting your molester, you became the thing that he likes on Pornhub. That's what he loves. He loves lesbians. He can't get enough of them. He makes them. He creates them. Your uncle makes lesbians and then pleasures himself to the kind of women that he created. You might want to smarten up. You might want to hate him so much that you never become the thing he likes. What would your child molester hate? Who can answer the question? If you could go back and talk to your child molester, for the sisters that have been through it. I know what he loves. Pornhub knows what he loves. Pornhub already did the research. Pornhub knows that he loves lesbians, which is why he created you. He made you a lesbian. What would he hate? Who can answer the question? Anyone? Sister? He would be so angry if he found out that you found a man that is as brave as he was cruel, that is as kind as he was insensitive, and a man that now defends you when he used to abuse you. That would make him sick. I'm fine. He would hate that. That would make him afraid of you, wouldn't it? Right? Imagine now when he wants you to come to Christmas dinner and you have a husband and he can't abuse you anymore. Oh, we don't let our sisters get abused. You know that, right? That's something that we can't have in here. Right? So that's what he would hate. He would hate for you to be the kind of woman that he could never have, that is above him, that is not touched, that is rare, not a bottle of liquor that he can pour on the ground and spill, but something that's precious. He would absolutely hate that. That's what we do to women in the UPK. We turn you into a woman that your child molester can't stand. That your child molester, will just get sick when he finds out what became of you. Does everyone understand? Any questions? With that, I believe that's that. Any last questions in the room? Come on.
Salaki said, I'm having trouble understanding one class. You said that God changed his mind. So I'm having a little issue with that.
Break it down.
It was in reference to Jonah, I believe, and I guess someone.
What the Most High told Jonah that he was going to destroy Nineveh.
Right.
And then Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh because he knew the Most High would not do that. You familiar with that?
Concept.
Let me give you another one. I gave you that one. Let me give you a different one. Go back to Exodus. You go into the book of Exodus. You're going to when Moses was up on the mountain with the Most High God, right? And the Israelites were reveling at the bottom of the mountain. Someone help the brother find that. All right, they'll give it to you. This is a time in Israel. You familiar with when Israel made the golden calf?
Yes, sir.
Right. The Israelites. Moses went up on the mountain with the Most High to get the law written by the finger of the Most High God, meaning the 10 Commandments. As he was up there, he hears the Israelites at the bottom of the mountain playing, having a big giant party. And then the Most High God tells Moses what's happening at the bottom of the mountain. He tells Moses that thy people are making a golden calf. They're trying to go back to Egypt. They're terrible, and I'm going to kill every last one of them. Someone find that for me for the brother, okay? I'm almost positive it's in Exodus. Any other questions? They cut me right now. That was too much lesbian talk here. I think they put a virus on the whole thing is off. Oh no, it's not off, but they definitely clipped me. Yediah is going to be upset about that because I'm trying to keep on TikTok and my language is terrible. All right, go ahead. You don't have it, right? Let me get it for you. Look up the word repent. Oh, you got that? Is my phone over there?
Yes, sir.
Let me get it for the brother. Stand by.
Like it, sir. Is it Exodus 32?
Let me hear it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 14. And the Lord repented of the evil which he thought.
Skip above it. 2 verses. Let the brother read, please.
Exodus chapter 32, verse 12. Wherefore should the Egyptians speak?
Skip up 2 verses above it. Nice and loud, too.
Sir. Exodus 32, verse 10. Now, therefore.
Also, someone else, give me the Most High's greatest power. Above all thy might, above all thy power is thy what? You know what I'm talking about. It's in, I think it might be in the Apocrypha. Someone else, when you have it, just raise your hand, all right? But the brother up front can read this precept.
I'm starting 17.
17 up. Go ahead.
17. Oh, coming on, sir. Exodus 32, verse 17. And when Joshua heard the noise.
So Joshua was the young brother that went up on the mountain with Moses. He stayed halfway up the mountain. Moses went the rest of the way up to get the 10 Commandments. He was from the tribe of Ephraim. Joshua. Keep going.
Sir. When Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp.
So Joshua hears the loud noise from the people, and he tells Moses, there's a war happening down there. Keep going.
Sir. And he said, it is not the voice of them that shout for
mastery.
Mastery
is like training. Imagine Hebrew Academy where we're we're trying to master the ability to fight, master the martial arts. That's not what that noise was. Keep going.
Sir. Neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome.
Being overcome means someone is attacking them and they're being overcome, overwhelmed. And so you scream like, oh man, they're attacking us. That's not what this noise was. Keep going.
Sir. But the noise of them that sing do I hear.
But instead, that noise was singing. Just like the singing they're going to hear tomorrow. So much singing and caroling and the Temptations and the singing. That's the noise he hears. Keep going.
Sir. And it come to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the cow.
Okay, I don't think this is it, Maya. Is that, give me where the Most High was talking to Moses. The Most High was speaking to him. The Most High said, I will kill the Israelites and raise a nation up unto thee. Right around here somewhere. Good. Okay. I think they broke. Whoever read earlier, they were right at it. When you said the word repenteth. Who had that earlier? One of you brothers up front. That's where it was around there.
32 and 10.
Let me hear 32 and 10.
Sir. Exodus chapter 32, verse 10. And now, therefore, let me alone.
One verse above it.
Sir. And the Most High said unto Moses.
The Most High said to who?
And unto Moses.
So this is the Most High talking to Moses. You got that, right? Keep going.
Sir. I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
You know what stiff-neck means? Stiff, like imagine someone trying to bow your head to make you submit, but you refuse to bow your head. Stubborn. That's what stiff-neck means. Keep going.
Sir. Now therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them.
Against who?
Against them.
Who is it them? I'm asking you.
The Israelites.
The Israelites. Who is he telling him to leave him alone? He said, therefore, leave me alone. Who was he telling that to? He said, therefore, leave me alone.
Oh, the Most High.
The Most High is telling who to leave him alone?
Moses.
Moses. Leave me alone so my wrath can wax hot against them. Meaning, leave me alone so I can get what?
So I can deal with them.
So I can be angry against them. My wrath waxing hot. Meaning gaining heat, getting hot. You get the point. Keep going.
And that I may consume them.
That I may what?
Consume them.
What does consume them mean?
Destroy them.
Destroy them. Keep going.
Sir. And I will make of thee a great nation.
What does that mean?
Once he destroyed them, he's going to raise someone that would do the thing.
He said of thee, I will make of thee a great nation. So I'll destroy all the what?
The stiff-neck.
I'll destroy all the
Israelites,
and I will make of you a great nation. Which means what?
That be my seed.
Whose seed in this context?
Moses.
Moses. I'm going to destroy the Israelites and make the Mosesites. I'll kill all of Israel's seed. Why? Because they're a stiff-necked and rebellious nation. And I will make of you a great nation. I'll just create the Mosesites after I kill all the Israelites. Read it one more time to make sure we understand. Give him a shot. Keep going. Yeah, read 10 again until you can get it. And when you get it, just tell me. Go ahead.
Now therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation.
Do you see it?
Yes, sir.
Keep going.
Sir. And Moses besought the Most High.
What does that mean? I'll explain what besought means. Beg. Begged him. Moses begged the Most High. Begged him. Moses just heard, I'm killing every Israelite, and I'm going to make the Mosesites. And Moses begged the Most High. Keep going.
And say that it's the Lord.
Take your time. Go ahead.
The most.
Give me your hand. I'll give you a hand.
Give me the word.
Where you at?
Most High, Salaki, sir.
Go ahead. Take your time.
The Most High. Why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people?
What is he asking? Just translate it into today's terms. Why does your wrath wax hot against your people? What is that like saying today? Why are you so angry with your people? That's what Moses said to the Most High. Keep going.
Sir. Which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt.
Yeah, you brought this people out of bondage. Now you're so angry at them that you're going to kill every last one of them and make a nation out of me, out of my seed. Keep going.
With great power.
You use a lot of power to get them out of the hand of Pharaoh. All of the plagues, the locusts, the mice, the river water turning to blood, the killing of the firstborn of the Egyptians, the Passover. Now you're going to kill all of them and make the Mosesites? Why are you so angry at us? At them? Keep going.
And with a mighty hand. 12. Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out to slay them in the mountain?
If the Most High God kills every Israelite after the Passover, after he brings them out of Egypt, what will the Egyptians say?
Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out to slay them in the mountain?
What will the Egyptians say? So imagine the Lord did kill everyone that day because they made that golden calf. The Egyptians would hear about it and then say what?
He brought him out just to kill him.
He brought him out just to kill him, give him a hand. That's it. That's why he brought him out. He brought the Most High, kill all of our sons, turned our water to blood, just to get those Israelites out in the wilderness to kill them all. That's what the Egyptians would say. Keep going.
Sir. And to consume them from the face of the earth.
You get that, meaning there would be no more Israelites. There would now be the Mosesites. Keep going.
Sir. Turn from thy fierce wrath.
Read that again.
Turn from thy fierce wrath.
Read that again.
Turn from thy fierce wrath.
What does that mean? Turn from your fierce wrath.
That means change from your wickedness.
Turn from your, you know what wrath means? Wrath means anger. Anger. Moses is saying, turn from all of your anger. Who is he talking to?
To the Israelite.
He's not talking to Israel. They're down at the bottom of the bottom
of
the mountain. Who is the Most High? Who is Moses talking to?
Most High.
So who is saying turn from your wrath?
Moses.
Moses is saying that to who?
To the Most High.
To the Most High. What is Moses doing right now to the Most High?
He's trying to change his mind.
Give him a hand. That's all you need. He's trying to change his mind. What you're reading right now is the Spirit of Christ in the Old Testament. He hears about a judgment that is so terrible that it's unthinkable. He's not going to die, though. Remember, he's going to make a seed to make the Mosesites.
Right.
So he'll live through this, but not his people. He besought him. He convinced him. He said, if the Egyptians hear about this, they're going to say, you brought us out here to trick us for mischief, just so you could kill us. Come on.
If I may, sir, that's a heavy dynamic, as you just pointed out, that Moses, in his time, was going to be the only one to survive in order to save, the bloodline.
Yeah.
You know,
he would have did it.
And then in Christ's time, he was the only one that had to die.
That's correct.
To save the blood.
It was the Spirit of Christ, dog. It was what this nation is built on. It's what Christ did for us later. And thank the Lord that he changes his mind. Thank the Most High. You can talk him out of it. Now, here's our law. Talk him out of something. That's our law right there. Here's the wooden cross. Talk him out of something. Can you? Why? He's a rock. You can't convince him of nothing. But our God, Father, he sits in heaven. And we can plead with him. We can change his mind. We can get him to not be so angry with us. We can say something to him that moves his heart to forgiveness, which is what Jesus Christ did. Jesus Christ came down, brother, and was so righteous and so kind and so brave that it turned the Most High's wrath off of us. And from now on, he said, whosoever shall believeth in him shall have everlasting life. He did something so great that when the Most High was going to kill us, he said, I'm not killing them. All I require of you now is to follow him. You understand? Jesus Christ changed his mind. Moses changed his mind. Jonah knew that the Most High God was above all things merciful. The Bible says this, that the Most High has great and the Most High is great and powerful, but above all his power is his mercy. Jeremiah.
I'll tell you, remind me of one of my favorite scriptures, Revelation 4 or 5, where it says, behold, the Lamb has prevailed to open the seal.
That's the one.
He'll give us life again, you know what I'm saying? John just cried.
Forget about it. He just started crying. Because John looked at the state of his people and just said, we're going to be consumed off the earth until we be dead. And then the angel said, cry not, John, for the lion of the tribe of Judah hath prevailed to open the book. So now we're not going to die because Jesus Christ changed his mind. Because the Most High God is the Father, and fathers who want obedience can absolutely be so angry, and they'll give you a punishment you can't handle. Someone has to talk them out of it. Someone has to show them value so that we can survive, and Moses did it. Read the rest of it, and we're done. Where do I go after this? I hate the parking lot. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel.
He starts writing them down. Instead of making the Mosesites, remember Israel. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Keep going.
Thy servant, to whom thou swore by thy own self, and say unto them, I will multiply your seed.
You promised Israel that he would be a nation. Don't kill all of them and start a new nation. You promised him that you would make them a nation. Keep going.
As the star of heaven.
Go ahead.
And all this land that I have spoken of, will I give unto your seed. And they shall inherit it forever. 14. And the Most High repented.
The Most High did what?
Repented.
He did what?
Repented.
Oh, he changed his mind. He was going to wipe us out. He changed his mind because Moses said something so honorable that the Most High God saw value in this nation. And sometimes it's like that, man. Christ did that. Once again, it's like you would look at us and it seems like there is nothing good that can come from us. So many of us think that. So many of us want to run to blue our eyes and blonde our hair and bleach our skin because what good is it in us? So many of us, like Alice Walker, want to marry Melvin Josenstein because how could you find a good black man? I've been in battles with that online with people where they just go, they think because their uncle was a child molester, their father wasn't around, there's no good black men. They don't exist. You go, damn, they don't exist. Like, I know you went through hell. What are you saying? There is no, our nation has no decent men. I know because your baby's mother is a bitch. You think bitches ain't shit, ain't no woman good for nothing. That no woman is good for nothing. So your trauma with your baby's mother means that every black woman is worthless. People think that up. Jesus Christ showed that there is value in this nation. You got to be the example that shows that this nation is not gone. This nation is not destroyed because you're one of them. Jeremiah.
So I think it was Nathaniel before he became a disciple, he said, "Can any good thing
That's what he
come
said.
out of
Nazareth. That's in the New Testament. That's what Nathan said, right? He heard that Jesus Christ was from Nazareth. And he said, can any good thing come from Nazareth? Because Nazareth was a ghetto. And so many times your problems, what you see in life, what you see in blacks and Latinos makes you think, niggas ain't shit. Niggas ain't nothing. You can't hire no nigga. I know you can't hire that nigga you hired.
Right.
But are you telling me there's no one you can hire? Be that person. That's our obligation. We got to do what Moses did, brother. We got to be the one that can stand there and say, there might be a lot of our people that are broken. A lot of our people that are thieves and liars and cruel. I'm the one that's going to save this nation. I'm the one that the Most High is going to look at and go, there's still life left in them. There's still good left in them, because that's what Jesus Christ is. The Bible says that Jesus Christ is it's a perfect phrase again, Isaiah 53. He's the flower growing out of the dry land. What's that word in Maya? It's like a rose growing out of, growing out of stone. Like the one good thing coming out of this evil nation that has done such evil. And because he was so good, the Most High knew that there was potential in the nation. It's in Isaiah 53. What is it? It's green coming out of the stone. It's in Isaiah about Christ, General Cabal.
I had a
1 second, Cabal. 1 second, Cabal. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Isaiah 53:2.
Go ahead and read it.
For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground.
That's him. That's him. You look at the ground, it's dry, it's nothing, it's dead. That thing. The Most High will ignore the rest of the dead ground and see that one flower growing and save everybody. Save all of us, because you are showing that there's potential in all of us. Everyone understands. General Cabal.
I had a scripture in the Apocrypha last week.
Please.
It says, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 15. For so much then as thou art righteous thyself, thou orderest all things righteously, thinking it not agreeable with thy power to condemn him that have not deserved to be punished.
Understand.
For thy power is the beginning of righteousness, and because thou art the Lord of all, it maketh thee to be gracious unto all. For when men will not believe that thou art of a full power, thou showest thy strength, and among them that know it, thou makest their boldness manifest.
Outstanding.
But thou, mastering thy power, judges the equity, but thou, mastering thy power, judges with equity, and orders us with great favor, for thou mayest use power when thou wilt. But by such works hast thou taught thy people that the just man should be merciful, and has made thy children to be of a good hope, that thou givest repentance for sins. Verse 20, for if thou didst punish the enemies of thy children and the condemned to death with such deliberation, giving them time and place whereby they might be delivered from their malice, with how great circumspection didst thou judge thy own sons, unto whose fathers thou hast sworn and made covenants of good promises. Therefore, whereas thou dost chasten us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more, to the intent that when we judge, we should carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we should look for mercy.
Is that it? You want to keep going? Let me know. The whole thing is heavy. I mean, it's the whole, what he's bringing out is that the Most High punishes us, punishes our enemies worse, and going to do it worse, but he's merciful on. you can change his mind. You can live your life to inspire him to give us another chance. And that's what happened in the book of Job. You understand? With that, who am I giving the class to? Give the class to Priest Officer Itazal. Give him a hand. Give us salute real fast, all right?
Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher in the class, General Mahayaman. I.S.U.P.K. Majum, Barak.
How about Shimmy Al-Shabar Thumb?
As we tie, Star to the sisters. Sisters can stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters in the class.
Majum to the sisters.
And Majum, sisters. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. and Majum, Barak. As Makai, class is missed.
Stay here, I guess, right? You don't have a background, right? Do you have a background? Yes. Hold on.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcement. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out with One West and Harlem, New York, under the command of General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashura means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation. The next upcoming Holy Convocation is the Feast of Purim, the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Thursday, February 22nd, and Friday, 23rd, 2024. Read about it in Esther 9, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. All right, and we're about to have a cookout out here in West Palm Beach, Florida. You say y'all see the added head. You know what I'm saying? We out here doing the big. Y'all see the brother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's about to go down. If anyone would like to become a trooper, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarves. And with that, class dismissed.